Alrighty, let me turn up this microphone just a little bit. And what is going on, everybody? We're going to rock it like this tonight. Okay, what are the notifications that we missed? Okay, Oscar Guzman files. I have that already. I don't get why it's telling me these details. Let's see what's been added. God of War 20th Anniversary Edition? What? Okay. Well, see, we have this already. We got this for free 1 month. So. We have that. Alright, let's see. So let's see what. Oh! Okay, I always wanted to play that one. We might have to do that one night. Yeah, they gave this away for free this month. That tells you how bad the game actually was. Holy shit. This game just came out like 6 months ago, too, and it's terrible. Like, I had friends that actually bought this game that returned it. So. But yeah, we're going to hop into some GTA Online tonight. Get back into a little bit of a money grind situation. So. But I hope everybody's had a great day. I've had a great day today. We had a great event this week. We got the hundo for Alligator. So it was looking forward to that. We got the announcements for the next month. I hope we have some good content this coming month for Pokemon Go. Because there's one event that we got some content coming from Pokemon Go that's very interesting at the end of the month, the Calm Day. Yeah. I've got 2 hundos of it already. Do I? Wait. Do I have 2 hundos? Let me see. Let's see. Yep. We've got. Why does. Wait, what? Oh, that's why. Okay. I was like, why is the name different? Our Calm Day, the end of April, is this guy. It's Vanillite. We've got 2 hundos of that. That's the first one. I got that in October, and this one I got during GoFest. So what do I have for Vanillite? We've got the hundo. Got an 89 shiny. Got a 98. Got a 96. Got another 98. Got a 12-12-12 shiny. Got a 10-10-12 shiny. Another hundo. Another 96. So unless they're giving it a special move, I don't know. But they've kind of teased the next Calm Day about an hour ago on Facebook. Let's see. I need to model myself after him. Let's see. Yeah, is they gonna get a new move licking? We better get like a mega abs. We better get mega Absol during that day because we're gonna need spoons. You know that. But Vanillite. Wait a minute. Did they take? They took down the video already. They took down the video already because they posted it like an hour ago, and the video's down. Is it? They took it down already. So it was there a minute ago. Yeah. Oh, there it is. So. Yep, Vanillite. Community Day at the end of April, August, April. Fuck, I get April and August mixed up so much sometimes. Because of that, I got turned into people who were saying really horrible things. So yeah, we're looking at Vanillite Calm Day at the end of April. I thought they took down the video, but apparently it's still up. So that's going to be interesting for the end of the month. I'm sorry. Hollywood abandoned me and chose to believe lies about me. I think one of the strangest things about the world is watching always. Yeah, that's what the end of the month is going to be. Is wants you to fail. Why is it doing that? The year of this incident was Jeremy's last season of Seventh Heaven. It's very surprising to me, actually, that Stephen Collins didn't say anything about Jeremy. All right. Let's get into this. So they got the Oscar Guzman files again. All right, let's look at what we got. Because we haven't been online in this in a hot minute, so it's been about a couple weeks. And so I went to see Aaron's film and said, I think, we want to bring this to a national level. And he goes, you're canceling. There we go. I remember when they made the announcement that this was going to be the last season. I'm in my chill clothes tonight because it's been a pretty exhausting week all the way around. But we've had a good week. The event was really good this week to us. Shinies galore, not gonna lie, especially at Shiny Galarian Bird on Sunday during Calm Day. That was cool. We've had a good week, so I might chill for a bit, and we might do, I don't know, we'll do some Pokemon Go tomorrow, but nothing like crazy like today. We might do some raids. The Spotlight Hour. There are 9 days left in the GTA Online benefits. I don't even have GTA Plus anymore. Because they raised the price on it, from what I heard, so. Let's see. So the show actually was going to go off. Online. Find new session. closed friend session. So if I have friends that want to play, they can hop in here with me, of course. The loading times are so much better on this thing. Oh. We always end up appearing here at our penthouse. But apparently, I saw something on Jackknife Finnegan stream last night.
A new luxury car is available to win. Stop by and have a try at the Lucky Wheel.
Right before
Let me see
7
something.
started, I played a sort of string of bad guy characters, and then along comes 7th Heaven, and now it's like, I wonder if I'll ever get to play a bad guy again.
After 7th Heaven, Collins, a lot of dads. He was in The Office, playing a dad. He was in Revolutions, TG.
Even on the second season, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
The casino store is open. Come dressed like you
I saw
deserve
him
success.
show up on screen. Now this is the exact opposite of 7th Heaven.
I really can't stress enough how bizarre the second season is. There are entire episodes.
Wait a minute. I gotta see something real quick.
I just saw you on an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and you were so funny. Are you doing any more of those roles? To see on that show, now it's first. In the same way, to a completely different audience who probably grew up watching something.
About 7 years after.
Oh, they get it from the Vinewood Car Club? Really? That's kind of lame. So, if you're not a GTA Plus member, what the hell is this? Oh, you can access that from your phone. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's how he did it. I did not know that was a thing. One, two, three, 4, 5. We'll take $30,000. Fuck it. On top of our 68 million we already have in game. Yeah, I grinded money so long for so many years in this game. It's not funny. That's a pretty cool looking little car. Okay, okay. Let's go sell our nightclub money. To get our nightclub money finally. I haven't ran a nightclub sale in forever, so. It's okay if our son was playing right now, I'd jump into his game and grief him.
Hunt down the latest trends. They're highly trained, deal-making professionals who travel far and wide to hustle for the best of the best.
Money in our safe. And someone fell asleep in my office. Oh, my back.
Download the app today.
I love getting older and back pain.
Together is the best way to discover joy. Kinder Joy.
Alright, let's fucking go.
Next! Stuck at the DMV, and I think I'm late with my car insurance.
Alright, we're gonna take. There's a gun sitting here and someone laying here.
What is this place?
This is our DMVIP. Vending machine charcuterie.
Okay, Marshall.
Now that's a hard job. For a great low rate, go with the general.
When you live with diabetes, progress is having your coffee like you like it, without an audience.
We'll say this does look a lot better on the Pro.
Reached out but everyone else doesn't have to. Over time, it can help lower your A1C.
I just did some asking around, and this guy is a sustainability manager and an environmental consultant for Global Oil. Do you have any idea how wealthy and sadistic those kind of people are? So yeah, please don't let him die. And if we ever needed friends with a stake in the price of gas, it's now.
There we go.
My sister couldn't get me
How did I get 2 stars like by punching someone in the face?
And first things out his mouth is, did you hear? And I said, hear what? He said, about Steven.
On October 7, 2014, TMZ put out a great audio of him speaking during the session with his wife.
The audio was actually taken from a session in 2012, just 2 years before it leaked. It appeared that it was a session between Stephen, his wife, and their therapist, and it was a session that was secretly recorded and sent by his wife. At this point, he's having some marital discord with his wife,
There we go.
In this recording, Steven recounts his experience with a young girl he allegedly abused before the April.
Alright. Well, apparently I can't punch people in the face outside the hospital. There we go. Ah.
In 1973, this child was 10 years old. Steve was living in New York at the time.
At first, I was hearing some buzzings of it, but I wasn't putting it with my Steve Collins because there's not a chance in hell my Steve Collins is being accused of these things. You know, accused saints of things. My defense was
Alright.
a place where
We need to go to the weapon shop.
The exposure happened.
We need to go check out the clothing store real quick.
He admits to exposing himself 2 times to this victim. And the last time, the worst thing that ever happened.
I guess I can help if really necessary.
If there's anything new here. That's always got a star on it.
He seems
I
a
really
little
need a snack.
irritated.
All I've eaten
He
today
has to
is romaine
tell these
lettuce.
stories with Faye.
That was also, I also told you that when, before that.
She knew something was bad, and she was on it. And that's what he was irritated about. That she was blowing his cover. And then
Nothing
Steven
new.
goes on to describe another alleged victim, which sounds like April.
Peace out.
Hold on a second.
I know it was beeped out, obviously. I knew that it was my name that he was saying on that confession. And this is going national. How many times? Oh, so disgusting. And then his wife said, "Did you date her?" And that was so icky to hear her ask, "Did you date her?" I wanted to almost vomit. But what was even worse, what the gut punch on that was finally hearing that there wasn't just.
It's so sad, but there's
Nothing new there.
He admits to perpetrating against
We got the cop car.
babysitter of his children. And then this recording
We got
is
that.
from
16 people.
I think tainted. Some people think it's
Agents of
because
sabotage.
she just was taping her sessions to listen to them later and maybe.
Terabyte having a Monty Tech is nuts, by the way. So
Third theory that she taped it because she was trying to get a settlement out of him in their divorce, and this was going to blackmail him.
What we do know is he and his team have not come out and denied that it's okay.
Aisha is completely right. The way this was worded and the fact that it was released, unfortunately, it's a terrible thing. This
all
is
right,
not
let's see
okay.
here.
If I have a videotape of you murdering somebody, it doesn't matter why I want you to get in trouble. It's still murder, so.
Sees this
Do we want to take a car or do we want to take this?
circumstances where it comes up. That's one thing. Opinion. It is what it
Do we
is.
want to buy a new car just for that? What's this? This has a Monty Tech.
Especially when they particular touching. How do you feel about that?
He's actually just not like that. At all. By the way, I didn't know all those details about. I don't think that I listened to her. I think it was just me just trying to stick around the same kind of thing.
Missile locker available, and this one has it built in.
First hearing these memories.
Whatever, something happened. I don't know. I saw somebody I love and care about. To see anybody missing,
Ah, we have that one.
yeah, it still makes me love.
So, in the recording, says that there were 3 incidents.
That's not a bad one.
I'm sorry to like.
It's tough. It's hard. I'm a dad,
Ooh.
first and foremost. I love everything else. And so my first thoughts always go to the children. Stephen Collins would be a dead man. That was my child.
After Faye Grant recorded Stephen Collins in the marriage therapy session, she emailed.
That has?
Same victim in case. Then when he did.
During the investigation, the 10-year-old girl revealed to police on the record
Huh.
that there was quite a bit more than that. It was not merely that he grabbed her hand and placed it on his genitalia. He moved her hand until he completed the hand.
This is the most access that documentary filmmakers ever had to a police department. Every day, you have absolutely no idea what to expect.
Let's see. I like how they actually included the car.
Isn't it absolutely bonkers that you can
Actually has upgrades. That looks cool, but there's no upgrades available for it.
This is it. We're at the pinnacle.
Carl's never really covered his credit scores.
Until he got credit card and used his scores to support.
Like this. That's humble. Humble above.
He took the credit card to the department.
special? Oh.
Guys, sit next to your girl on a kiss cam. That means it's got a lot more interesting.
Missile lock-on jammer available for that thing? Nice. Hmm.
With the Chase mobile app.
Do I have that?
That's convenience for Chase.
By science, it is clinically proven to strengthen our teeth. I would recommend this toothpaste to everybody. It's really
Let's
an
see.
amazing product.
Your cheeseburger deserves a nice big slice of our Sargento family legacy.
I have the GTS, I know that. I might just go grab the GTS and drive around in it, honestly.
Hey, sweaty. Sweetie. You good? I did. It's 24/7 Swift protection.
Oh yeah, we need to do this here.
And one slam and get a second one for only $1. Order the original Grand Slam or the All-American Slam and get another. All this for $1. It's the best deal in America. For a limited time, only at Denny's.
Make your money go further with on-the-spot savings at Renaissance.
How much do I have in my whatchamacallit? So Cayo Perico used to be the way that I made money in this game, but the problem with that is they put a cooldown on it now. I used to be able to set up one right after the other, right after the other.
Thank goodness. I called my cardiologist. I have ATTRCM, a rare but serious disease, and getting diagnosed early made a difference. If you have any of these warning signs, don't wait.
We're gonna sell it all. So
Transformation awaits at the Lincoln Spin Sales event. We traded it's a 2024
Ah!
Lincoln Omnibus SUV with 0 down.
Rockstar servers are fucked right now. Not a shocker.
The NYPD opened up a case against Stephen Collins. They started an investigation and they brought Stephen Collins
All right,
for an interview.
so we sell all the goods. Oh, I dropped it. There we go. It's 1.9 million. That's 100,000 for those. That's $1 million for those.
Statute of limitations is the amount of time after you
That's 1.5.
So in sex crimes,
1.6, 1.7, 1.9.
had until basically approximately 1986 to make that we could prosecute, and she didn't, and she still made the report in 2012. No charges were filed against Stephen Collins because of the statute of limitations. But it was still
So that's 106, 1.6 mil, 1.7, 1.9. So let's Okay, so if I sold pharmaceutical, that's actually a better one right there.
So, you really want to make this sale, right? Because the drop-off routes have been leaked, and you're likely to get jumped somewhere along the way. I admire your perseverance, kid. Good luck.
Oh, there we go.
When it comes to the Steve, I think most people just know something that's exposed. That has not been his style.
So in December 2014, Steve Collins decides to sit down with Neil Murray. Alright, I'm gonna go up here, yeah.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
I know that other people are going to judge and doubt, and I can't do anything, but all I can do is tell my truth.
It's words are true. Because no doubt there's payoff.
Yeah, he ran over it.
Things what you should say, what you can say. You can say and not. So this is all carefully crafted.
It's 10.
Notice he doesn't look so hurt to say it.
I have no idea. It's all three are wrong. I'm kind of like shaking right now. Well, in 1973, there were occasions when I exposed myself to young women.
Not interesting. Calls her a young woman. She's 10. How many 10-year-old women? I don't know any. That's interesting language for someone arguably too young to have a period. His wording so subtle. It twists fundamentally what he's doing.
I took her hand and moved it in such a way that she was touching me.
Then she was touching me. Oh, bless the little child. She's not touching you.
Those are a lot of words to say.
Just said
Says, we realized something unfathomable happened. Like we read it together. A lot of times, pedophiles see victims as participants.
Let's go.
And a kid is 10 years old. There is no we. It's a child.
And after about 45 seconds, I took her hand and put it back.
It's very precise, like it only happened in this many seconds. No talking. Very quick.
That's his interpretation. He's saying it's 40. Let's be fair. Say it's 40. I think you should take some time. Count 45 seconds. You tell me that's not a long time for a 10.
times. 1982. 20 years ago.
Like, in how many years left to do it? Didn't admit to it then. Sorry. Have to work. Have to buy. You have to do anything. You're right. You had 20 years to just live free, despite what you were admitting to have done.
Such that it immediately just stopped everything cold.
That's not what happened.
Eh.
The way he portrayed it, that it only happened once. Trying to save his career and he's downplaying it. But on the other hand, as the person that it happened to, I was enraged.
I am not attracted to rich girl. This is the first time that I've ever thought that he's fully. No, I'm not satisfied with this. I feel like a knot in my stomach. My whole world changed when I had my worldview. And certainly my tolerance for this. I think that goes without being said, but you know what I mean. I just think that maybe a national pedestal too much.
Are you a pedophile?
I do not fit the clinical or dictionary definition of it.
That to me seemed like a prepared answer. Because we're just missing words.
Pedophilia is a specific term that does refer to children, but it's usually children under about 10 or 11. He is an edophiliac, which is somebody who's attracted to girls usually, so 11. So he's right. There is a distinction.
For him to know what the clinical definition is, he knows the line to walk, doesn't he?
And the sale is made. You get the cash. I get not to worry about being caught with that stuff in the club and sent to the can. It's a win for both of us.
Don't hit me! And violence. Suicide. Homicide. Wage. Hey, man. It's this one. I need to. Next one day, you had nothing. It's your first ID. You stream it next day on Vegas.
Consumer Reports rates car brands on more than 50 road tests, liability surveys, customer satisfaction surveys, safety ratings from IIHS. And for 2025, Reports most reliable automotive brand. Surprised they also named Subaru the best overall automotive brand. 2.9% about that. Lots of help with that. My progressive rep was super helpful.
Tom Hayes is passive progressive.
The way Kevin says he always has to help you.
Tom doesn't have progressive, and so he takes it out on those who do.
That's great. I wear that colonial.
Progressive called me back.
Or when you need it. Wonder what that's like, huh? Now, Tom.
Don't be passive progressive.
Bad, right?
Switch to get good coverage and savings for yourself.
Pharmacy workers for Summit loves the outdoors. Some parents use Chewy to save $100 on their first order of 50 meds. In the past, Summit never misses a dose. For adventure, quality meds for life with pets. Here's Chewy.
Number of that headshot guy.
Other universities didn't get into their life. He said I'd have to put my job to risk.
He said it would take me 4 years to graduate. Instead, I have to take tests when they tell me to.
He said pedigree was a fortune.
Hey!
Didn't have to listen to them. I have a university. That's his argument. Graduate.
Did you take Zyzol and non-grenades allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zyzol.
Yeah.
Today, let's meet the bear.
Mm-hmm.
Bear has never one rated products.
Yes, I'm not really needed here today. I'm still here. Do your research and get great value at an everyday low price.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit though.
Did you know 80% of women are struggling with hair damage? Just like I was. Anti-local deep conditioner with melting protein pearls. Moisture to repair 6 months of damage for resilient, healthy looking hair. If you know it's fancy.
This is Cassie. She
All right,
never
let's
really
see.
paid attention to her credit scores until she got credit
So
cards.
our
Her scores just scored more. Like a great rate on an auto loan. Or some more reliable wheels. Intimate Credit Karma. Karma you can count on. Download the app today. Watch me. Watch me work with precision people skills. Dedicated to serve with a Patriots world. Some said my condition gave me no shot, but an extraordinary place. Helped me fear not. Duty and honor. That's where I stand. A proud soldier's code, thanks to a skilled surgeon's hand. Watch me. Life-changing orthopedic procedures at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Spectrum News. News from a new perspective. Dedicated to refreshing storytelling and empowering communities across South Carolina. Balanced reporting, providing real context and in-depth coverage 24 hours a day.
Time now for weather. Here's a look at your South Carolina.
Local stories.
cargo and shipments, sporting goods,
Now available on Channel 1 and on all of your favorite
pharmaceutical.
devices exclusively on Spectrum.
Okay.
7th Heaven, there were 3 young women on the show from 7 to 15. They're exactly the ages that a predator would love. So did you ever witness anything?
All right.
Nothing. Just didn't happen. I would see. I mean, it may have happened, but I didn't see it.
What did you notice about working with young girls or with extras or anything?
What I noticed about Stephen Collins working with young girls and extras is that I never noticed Stephen Collins was extras. Never crossed the lines. Didn't even any time.
Lots of scenes. Teachers, situations, got senses. This was really protected.
All right.
I'm actually a personal friend of Beverly Mitchell. She never reported issues to me. He was a nice guy. He is a smart dude. He is engaging and interesting and charming. He is all of those things. And he was engaged in some monstrous behavior.
After the child abuse scandal, 7th Heaven became something that a lot of people didn't talk about. But there were other actors on that show. I love your show.
Thank you so much.
This was their career and their lives.
It's honestly like just amazing.
They're great people.
I'm actually very honored that I get to be part of this a rare thing nowadays.
So one person's actions, should that also take this piece of culture that we all have and destroy it?
How you doing?
Stephen Collins' story broke a few years before similar stories about other Hollywood icons and well before the Me Too.
Saying how much show so that
He just was able to fade away into obscurity.
I used to always say that memories are like all the keys to the universe. Balls to keep them safe, like the insect in Jurassic Park. You don't put the memory on a table and get a sledgehammer, break it open.
All right, let's get in
I
here.
feel
We're gonna take one of these cars and drive around in it.
the victims and the friends. We all feel betrayed. You can't change it. The person in the
What is
thing that was
this?
in that amber was someone different. And that's what you loved. And when something now is
There's my
happening
Parada
here,
Banshee.
you don't defend him. You don't say it's okay. But you don't then destroy, all these bits of amber memories.
Stephen Collins now lives with a woman who is 40 years younger than him. She was a super fan. The age difference, given what we know about his history, does certainly raise an eyebrow. Let's hope he can commit to this woman and not perpetrate on others.
I'm sure Stephen Collins would hope that he is remembered for being an actor. He is not and will not be remembered for that. I know Stephen Collins' face from Seventh Heaven, but I know his name because of his scandals off screen. When you look back at Stephen Collins' career, you can see some of these signs along the way.
What the hell is that over
He
there?
wrote erotic thrillers. He was in that movie, Babysitter Seduction, 2 years after he admitted that he exposed himself to a babysitter.
I'm rewatching Seventh Heaven now, and what are the last few seasons? Ruthie, who's now basically like a teenager, is dancing provocatively, and her father is watching her. It's actually so uncomfortable to watch.
The grown-up, you are my favorite creature dad. And these things don't need to read as creepy. They don't need to. They shouldn't, but they do, because now we know what kind of a person Stephen Collins is.
I played a sort of string of bad guy characters.
There's a scene in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
It's hard to listen to.
These kind of stories come out.
All right.
How do you separate the work from the person?
Oh.
And it's so hard for me to imagine anything.
Stephen Collins played dozens of different characters, but perhaps his greatest acting job was transforming himself into the Stephen Collins we thought we knew, as opposed to the Stephen Collins we now know. Don't believe everything you hear on television.
All right. We're gonna take a drive.
Power just has me charting the story.
Wow.
House, my car. It's like, okay, this is serious now.
This is one family, single generation, 6 brothers.
Call me at the place tonight.
There were ever circumstances that looked like this one.
I think the majority of people don't know the true story. What's going on? Like, in hiding was a huge part of popular culture. It was a mainstream, spectacle, presentation of community, female sexuality. Just everything they do is wow. You have all kinds of things at your fingertips. The sky is the limit. A Playboy handles tragedies by burying them and not acknowledging them. This town was wild. That's when his behavior starts to get out of control. I remember telling her, you really should not do this. I don't think it's a good idea.
A witness later identified as hearing
Aren't necessarily what's really important. When it's illegal. Very scary. If someone's capable of murder, they could murder you.
October 29th of 1991, I was in a gun shop. An individual came down
and yelled that there was a gunfight going on outside the street. Myself, another off-duty officer ran out. We found two bodies lying on the street. Looked around them, casings, revolver. This was in the middle of the day in public, so it was a motoring home. Celebrity toy model, Stacey Arthur.
Arthur was Playmate of the Month in January 1990. When you thought of Playboy, you thought of beautiful women, you thought of photography. A lot of women in the 90s and 2000s, myself included, saw Playboy as a stepping stone to a career. Oh my gosh, I remember the first time driving through those gates. And I remembered the first time I ever laid eyes on the mansion. I thought, oh, this place is spectacular. Just everything they do is wow. It's just wow. It's kind of like that, like the stars in their eyes. And you have celebrities wanting you. You have all kinds of things at your fingertips. You know, the sky's the limit. And I think Stacey kind of had that. And she thought, wait a minute here. This is everything. The beginning of Stacey's story was so incredibly wholesome, but there were things that allowed this to take a much darker turn. Stacey graduated from high school in 1986. She was rather quiet, beautiful girl, very talented in crafts and ceramic work. And then by the spring of '88, she was the manager of a craft store in Bell Fountain. My brother, Jim, opened a tanning salon on the second floor, and that's where he met Stacey. He and Stacey hit it off and were soon inseparable. She was 19 at the time, and he was 34. This would have been when Stacey and Dad first got together. She has sort of this whirlwind.
All right, give me a second.
With Jim Arthur. She had previously married in previous marriage. Jim, he had been married before as well. She meets Jim and is very smitten with him. I think they both were really happy together, and they found each other. On June 4th, 1988, they got married. And that started it all. Everybody get in here. Get your hair, get your cut back. She was the only mom I ever knew for a long time. My mom and dad separated when I was young.
Set coordinates for an airstrip belonging to Everhard Munitions.
When she came into my life, I was still very little. Like, it was no
We need these
need for me
mobiles.
to call her
They're
mom.
fast, light, and because they belong to Everhard,
There.
they'll get us
I
closer
remember
to
ever not
Titan
calling
without
her mom.
registering as enemy
I think the
aircraft.
biggest change for me was
Smart, huh?
that there was a woman in the house as much as Stacey Arthur's woman. That was a change, but it was just. Thank you for that. Okay. Her hair is always pretty. With high heels, like pretty high heels. And girl, those are so much fun. You go in the closet, try it on, and it's good to walk in them. And it was very photogenic. Great pictures. Then when they got married, decided she'd like to go to modeling. And her manager and her support staff.
We're gonna do it by hitting Everhard Munitions square.
Started out in a pageant.
Okay.
Did run 32 different pageants. She had all kinds of
Some
stuff.
free market shit too.
So what she
These
had
corporate assholes want
accomplished.
to control
He
every
had put her up for
corridor in the state.
pageants.
That's a monopoly, bro.
As she kept winning,
It's
she
un-American
gained
as shit.
more confidence.
Rip 'em off. Put the land of the
And
free
she won
back on its
Miss
feet.
Ohio in
Crack a cerveza
1990.
borracho. Keep it tranquilo.
And she
A good day's work.
This would be your Mrs. Ohio crown. Every little girl's dream is to have a tiara this big. That's not made of plastic. I saw beyond what was happening right in front of her, and he wondered what her reach for the stars and help her achieve the best she could be. Like, a husband wanting his wife to be a playmate might seem weird at first. Like, why does he want his wife to be naked for everybody else to see? But based on my experience, I've seen husbands be needed to have their wives pose, and to them, it's like a trophy. There can definitely be another side to a really secure partner to be able to deal with that and be confident and supportive. So after she won Mrs. Ohio, she continued to model. That led her to big in Chicago. While they were out there, they stopped. Space of theirs. No record. Said, let's do a walk here. And he said, sure, I think to outsiders looking in, it would look like a really glamorous,
Next part is your choice. Either you steal one mogul for me to provide air support when we go for the
very,
Delta,
very mainstream.
or you get two moguls and
They have a
we
presence
can
like
fly in
family.
together. Side by side,
Yeah, it's a
bro.
little bit
Like
risky,
two
but it's all
eagles or something. Plus,
Like
the
we
more we
have
get,
a
the more
pageant.
we sell when this is over.
Well, that was another thing that kind of legitimatized the magazine more.
Meanwhile,
Like, oh, this
eagle's
America
got
type of
crackers
person
here.
could be a centerfold too. Made arrangements.
Ready to fucking
Saw something in every family they liked.
You need to fuck off.
A month later, Stacy was flown out to LA for a vacation. And that's unheard of. Definitely fast track. First taste of celebrity. A lot of girls do go on
Once
to
we
become
have our hands
household
on the
names.
Titan,
I think
I'll find buyers for any
that
aircraft
really
and equipment we stole for this
they're the
demo.
hometown hero, and everybody wants to meet her playmate. And oh my gosh, she did pretty well. This must have been a whirlwind for Stacey to go from a small town in Ohio, and just a month later, you're being flown out to LA, taken to Playboy Mansion, for a huge magazine. They used to put the playmates in the bungalows if we were doing photo shoots, sometimes making appearances there in LA, and have just let the playmates stay in them. So that was fun. They had me rooming with Stacey Arthur, probably because we both came out of Chicago, and Stacey asked me if I wanted to go into Colorado, and I
Bring
said,
that mogul
yeah,
safely
I
in.
may as well.
If you want both planes, you can return for the second one. No rush. Well,
It's right next
maybe
to
a little
the
rush, but yeah.
But there's all these hot tubs, and then little, stream you can swim through, like tunnels you can swim under. It's really cool, and of course, it's also, the famous place where supposedly everybody goes to have sex, and certainly many people did.
Look out! Get covered! Useless fuck! Come on!
It's December 1990. Stacey goes to the USSR to compete in the Mrs. America pageant, and that's when the story breaks that she's going to be the Playboy cover model. They finished up the Mrs. America pageant. She was in the top 10. It's on the cover of Playboy in the centerfold. Few that were ever selected cover and the centerfold. Marilyn Monroe was one other. In the 90s, the cover of Playboy was usually reserved for a celebrity pictorial. Pamela Anderson is the only other example I can think of. He was
Shit, they're
cover.
not getting up from there.
That was a big celebration. She was really excited to be Miss January 1991. It is unusual to have beauty pageant winners pose for Playboy. Stacey was the trendsetter. She's the first one of that stature to do it. It wasn't against the rules because nothing was stated at the time. Some of the pageant people were shocked. She really relishes the attention. She says, there's nothing wrong with it. A beauty queen should be sensual, beauty queen should be out there. And that's something that really resonates. It's interesting how people react sometimes to a dark underbelly, and you're not really prepared for that, and you don't really see that dark side until you're already in it.
I definitely think that Jim had big aspirations for her. It wasn't just that Jim was her husband, he was also her manager. He was the one who was looking at all her appearances. He was the one making her into the I think why she was a trophy for him. Because it looked like people are waiting. Really, like, hey, living life in the fast lane. A lot to deal with, you know, when you have someone coming from a small town and one of them is all of a sudden making it big, and not only are they making it big, but they're posting you in the magazine for everyone to see. So if you get the wrong type of person or somebody who has the wrong idea about what's appropriate, it can be really dangerous. And maybe when you're younger, you don't do that. You just don't. You think you're being kind. You think everybody's nice. Why would be monsters out there or people that scam?
Fucking shithead!
Dancing.
Having fun?
Equipment up here? Must have some heavy choppers in their fleet.
Motherfucker!
Honestly, that stays up to 5 washes. It's possible. Garden Defense Skin Stay Serum, patented water-resistant technology to block out frizz. Plus, that stays up to 5 washes. Mine are 2 wipes better.
Those are flushable.
Because
You're gonna
obviously wet, better, dry, less wash. Wet side clears, while the dry just smears.
It's just like hot dude wipes. Best clean, pants down.
Yes. This year, we are finally updating our kitchen with subway tile and ivory.
Aha! I see you on the radar.
Oh, don't get me started on
Everyone jokes about doing that thing, but
Watch your back.
Chase has been introverted. I know. We're losing.
I gotta chase place.
That's guidance from Chase.
Victor 5, moving in, over. Victor 1 of 2, stand by. All victims engaged, over.
Wherever you roam, don't forget the
Hey, lead them back to the hangar. I'm bringing out the big guns.
All the smart savings. That really said.
Skills are skills. Also, basic information. Can't target you if you're dodging and dashing. Don't worry, there's safe bags by the sea.
Oh! Ooh!
It's kind of amazing. Wow. Lumify eye drops dramatically reduce redness.
In 1 minute.
And look at the difference. My eyes look brighter and whiter for up to 8 hours. Lumify really works. See for yourself. This spring, more savings are in the air. And on that table, Ross. And Ross. Save 20 to 60% off other retailers' prices on brands you love at Ross. So we're at the film festival. No pricing. The doors open. And then, Sapphire Reserve Premiere Party. These trips are the best.
I see you on the radar.
At least lounge is right.
Mierda, Eberhard's getting ready to send
suits. Like the Central Lounge on the set.
Experience the locals and insider connections. Immersive dining experiences. All Chase Sapphire Reserve. See what I'm Work.
Victor 5, moving in, over. Victor 1 of 2, stand by. All Victors engaged.
And a truck that says note.
Hey, lead them back to the hangar. I'm bringing out the big guns. How's your skills?
Ooh.
You if you're dodging and diving. Don't worry, there's sick bags by the sea.
Ooh.
Let's see him hit your leg.
By the way,
Hmm.
that medicine,
Mm-hmm.
I had to take it with me.
Okay.
From my understanding, my dad was railway running. That's how he ended up there. I think she did it out of respect for him. Was very modest and I and tell her how beautiful she was and she didn't know she wasn't good enough. She was trying to get a music career started. Country music. And she was trying to get established in Nashville at the time. And Playboy had backed her on that, trying to help her connections in Nashville. About 18 months time frame from Stacy's first pageant. I me, she was my mom. Never came off like this. Oh, I'm all that in the back of the head. Never came off that way. I saw her.
Oh man, that was special.
He was leaving. Had to get ready like everybody else. Once she
Hey, you wanna test out the mogul's bombs? Got some coordinates for an Eberhard weapons cache in the
When I
area.
met Stacy, I felt like she was very well spoken. I felt like she was much more accomplished.
Why don't
than
we
I
drop
was,
in on them?
especially, I was just out of high school. So I thought, wow, and she was in Mrs. Ohio, and I looked up to that. Stacy was on a really clear trajectory, and I know she was probably thinking about Playmate of the Year next, and then on into the entertainment industry. She was pretty excited. Proud of her, and proud of the work that she's done, and was to continue. Dad would do her hair, her nails, and just sure. Perfect picture. Was always about taking care of her. Kahlo, I understand you're Stacy. So nice and just very concerned about Stacy. Incredibly supportive, very secure, wanted Stacy to go on to be Playmate of the Year and have a country music career and all those things. In the 90s, when Playmates were competing for Playmate of the Year, the magazine always wanted to know who the leaders wanted.
have this 1-900 number people could call to cast a vote, like an impressive number for whatever month. But also, there's this component of it where callers could elect to have a conversation with the actual playmates and actually speak to the playmate over the 1-900 number would make playmates seem so much more accessible. This is news. This year, as in the past, callers could go on record by nominating their choices for them. Here, but they can also hear messages from their favorite messages for the leads. Playmates will answer some calls personally. Is very, very serious about getting playmated here. And I'm very serious about Playboy and it being a catapult in her career. So she
Not adding anybody to Discord, buddy. Sorry. I've been streaming on Twitch for 6 years. I play Pokemon Go normally on stream. I do kick just because, just to get an extra outlet when I'm doing stuff on the PC, so sorry, but no thank you.
Magazine wanted to talk to the girl in the magazine. They really asked, "Is this really you? Why did you post for Playboy?" Simple questions. These women were talking to all these anonymous callers that they don't know, and they're not trained to handle these conversations. So they could have been asking these women for any kinds of subtle hints as to where they lived or where they might be during a certain period of time. We're all told you don't engage. You've got to be very careful with the things that you say and how you say it. They'd get disconnected if they started trying to talk dirty or you know, anything inappropriate. The operator would listen in and disconnect if anything was wrong. Get $150 for 3 hours on the phone lines, and fans paid $3 a minute to speak to the girls. It was interesting, and it was kind of fun. You could really make a nice extra chunk of change.
So their finances are always very varied. They have big expenses, travel. So they start having money troubles around this time. Where it's not as steady as they would like. This was a way to keep money coming in and all the lights on, all the businesses running.
Centerfold was always trying to accomplish not only beauty and sexuality, but a sense of intimacy with the subject, so the reader could feel like they really and on the back of the centerfold we have this data sheet. So this is in her handwriting, and it would tell you all kinds of things about her, from her favorite what her perfect pictures of her from what she's experienced. So the goal was really for this to be a fantasy woman, and they could feel like, oh, this is the girl next door. This is something she absolutely, she's stunning. I think it was a bad idea to have the playmates that accessible. I'm sure so many women called and they felt like they really knew these people, and it is kind of shocking to hear the playmates were asked to do that. I think it was kind of crossing a line. March of 1991. A fan had begun to call Stacy. His name was James Linder. And he loved to talk to the playmates. He would call regularly and stay on the phone for long periods of time. James Linder is a 32-year-old. He doesn't go out that often. Starts calling this line. I remember talking to James about his grandma. He's missed his grandma, loved his grandma. It wasn't inappropriate, he didn't say anything. He was emotional, serious. He would, didn't have a sense of humor. I noticed that right away. I thought, that's not right. He's the only one that made me feel kind of sad and bad.
God damn it. Up we go.
Right up things next. And the writer mentioned using water balloon chorus in Las Vegas.
Okay, they're over here.
Mind this guy. He's not a biggie. Trucker and worked for a while. This was a huge cash in.
That should have been a red flag right there. It's almost like if somebody was drinking too much in a bar, they might get cut off. I think with Playboy Prophet was coming first in that situation for sure. He said it's okay. I'm fine. He's fine. He's harmless.
None of us knew the road she was going.
Our enamel, clinical enamel strength, can help us to keep our enamel for a lifetime. It's backed by science. It is clinically proven to strengthen our teeth. I would recommend this toothpaste to everybody. It's really an amazing product.
Let's go.
Liberty Mutual, all she talks about since was the 1800s by the government auto insurance.
It's pronounced Liberty. Liberty.
Ooh.
$20 gift card with your first order. Shop all the brands for any taste, for any diet. Prices you love, delivered fast. Low prices for life of pets. There's Chewy.
Pennies buy one slam and get a second one for $4. Original Grand Slam or the All-American Slam. Best deal ever.
The survey, 91% answers initially started sooner. So why wait? Talk to your doctor.
We stole the mold.
Toxifax may spread hours to weeks after injection due to serious symptoms like provided by external swallowing disorder. Like problems with muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Wheezing condition are at highest risk. Side effects may include reactions like rash, breathing problems, dizziness, neck and injection site pain, receiving toxin or skin infection. Tell your doctor your preferences. Muscle and nerve conditions like ALS, myasthenia gravis, or Lamborghini's. Toxins, which leads to serious side effects.
Chronic migraine may still keep you. Ask your doctor about Botox today. Learn how that will help you soon.
When choosing the right gear to cut, trim, or mow your yard, Ace has all the power you need to get the job done right. Because gas or battery, your all of these is the destination. Best power grids all under one roof. Eco, the pocket. Come and bring your outdoor projects to different needs. Out the lot, what you need in stock. We service
Like, for a second. I found out that
Life really became quite busy.
No, he never got charged.
Going places to.
So with these Googles, will appear as friendly aircraft on every system. Fly down beside them, you know, real casual, keep it tranquilo, tú sabes. Oh, element of surprise. Love it. I need a beer.
But I didn't know it happened as fast as she did. I mean, she was literally going from a small town in Middle America to overnight in LA, shooting her Playmate layout. Probably only a few months later, you know, the magazine was on newsstands. That's one of the hugest magazines in the world. Like, even I can't imagine how head spinning that would be. She flew to the mansion, or she was going to fly to Nashville. Back home. At the same time.
want to show that you're the hardest worker and you have the most positive attitude. You want people to keep calling and asking for her. And this person on the other end of the line might be getting the wrong idea. That as long as things didn't get too inappropriate, the playmates were instructed to just go along with whatever went on the phone.
Hey there. One time, James Lindbergh got mad. Don't know how the conversation started, but he didn't like where it was going, and he got mad, and he hung up. Then he called back like a week or so later, and he apologized to Stacy for his behavior. And then he started calling her again.
He finds out her favorite color is pink, and he sends her 70 pink balloons.
Hope that works out for you.
Kind of latch on to these little details, and then show his love with sort of an overabundance. He knew about her children. She told him about her marriage. They have this pseudo friendship, and he thinks that this is giving him access. That this is
These Gooseman files are kind of boring, but it is some new content. How's that green thing in the yard? I know what that is. So the event has ended, but we will be doing the bugged out event once it goes live on Wednesday. So.
So you're getting these mixed messages back and forth. She considers it a fan-star relationship, but to him it's something more. To him it's, she really cares about me. She gave him her personal number. She accepted gifts from him. She wasn't supposed to do that. That's a playboy. Centerfold. She meant it as a way to just kind of check in on him, but she unwittingly makes this huge error. She gives him her personal number, and now, he has sort of direct access.
I might grab something to snack on real quick because I am hungry. Like, I will say this, being a Pokemon Go content creator, being out and about all day does get a little tiring because you're on your feet constantly and you're always on the move. I mean, it's great. Like, if you can't tell, like, exercise-wise, I'm actually in a lot better shape because of it, but man, sometimes it can just get tiring.
That was devastating. He couldn't handle that, and it starts this, vicious spiral.
You used to make me watch that show when I was a kid, too. Yeah. It was we only had one TV in the house. We only had one TV in the house when I was growing up. Of course you made me watch it. Yeah. That garbage. That hot garbage. What's you talking?
Tendencies. I think every woman who's in a professional role as a public-facing person has had this problem. He decides, what, I'm going to stop to this.
She always saw the good in people, and believed that.
Oh, that noise!
The way Stacy worded that message, it makes me think of how women are always taught to be people pleasers and not offend men and let people down gently. And I think that's what she's trying to do.
What? When you're out there, can you take the dryer with the towels and see if you get the run again?
Give me a second.
I'll fold it. I just want to know if it's dry.
That's when James Lindbergh's behavior really starts to get out of control.
Just love is in the details.
Whenever hard breath strikes, it's time.
Patients who have sensitive teeth, their teeth, they have to make a choice, one versus the other. 6'9" clinical white provides 2 shades wider teeth as well as providing 24/7 sensitivity protection. Patients are going to love to see 6'9" on the shelf.
A message from Sonic Department Research Villages.
The best part of the Sonic Strawberry Macadamia is Thank you, man. It's just discover the strawberry macadamia slash infinity more flavors in the Sonic app. I call them it's powered by long-lasting buys. They define color and beautiful green color. If you serious
If you want to go further with all the spot savings at Ready Center, read the brand name items. Always guaranteed 99 for all the brand. Plus, tax refund and only 6 months, save as long as you want. At Ready Center.
Here, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Well, whatever it is, you got Buster coming after you.
Here you come. You ain't getting shit.
Crispy. Irresistible. Irresistible.
Make me
Come on,
so
dog.
miserable.
Holidays removes your worst allergy symptoms.
What do you want, kid?
Better to say that it's safe relationship.
Why?
As a firefighter,
He needs to be in bed, damn it.
About today.
I never thought one day
Oh, I didn't wait for Buster. I didn't wait for my second.
Go to bed, Brett. I'm gonna come get you. Boy, you would be sorry if I do.
Go to bed, Fort Box.
I know what to do.
You do?
I'm going to cashnetUSA.com. I can apply in minutes, and if approved, have the money in our account as soon as the same business day.
you're my hero.
Saving the day is easy. Cashnet USA.
CashNetUSA.com to apply for the money.
We are happy and we know it. Thank you.
We're happy and we know it.
Right away.
Dealing with men could be very tricky as a playmate because you're taught to not hurt anybody's feelings, let people down easily, or say, why don't we take a break rather than cut it off completely.
I believe that message probably made James Linder feel even more desperate. Sparked his impulse to travel from his home
All right.
over to where Stacey Arthur might be.
You have to keep in mind, in 1991,
What are you
we didn't
making?
even have
A mess?
as a crime.
What
Actually. So, you
are
know,
you
beyond
making?
A
I've
mess.
had people, come to my home.
Yes, I put it back in for about another hour.
Knocking at the banging on the door, like screaming and stuff. It can feel really, really scary.
I think so.
Open it and
James
take out
Linder
like
set off
Hi.
from Sacramento,
check that
California
little
on a
valley
train
thing.
traveled to Cincinnati, where
Going, Brody.
Maybe don't let me know when you're talking to the damn dog.
I'm petting the damn dog. He's actually standing underneath me for once, and normally doesn't let me do that.
I know
It
he
appeared
loves
you
you.
went looking for Stacy.
Sure, bud.
Attaboy.
James Lindbergh has been in this motel for a few days now. He's come this far. He's been frustrated. This is a guy who had traveled 2,000 miles to be there.
On October 29th, he went to a local gift shop and he bought Stacy gifts. And he went downtown looking for Stacy, but ran into Jim, her husband, and decided to give him that gift and ask him to give it to Stacy.
Also, wanted to photograph Stacy and get an autograph.
Lindbergh is very set on accessing Stacy Arthur, and James Arthur is essentially trying to swat a fly. He's like, "Get lost, buddy." And, things escalate from there.
What are you doing, bud?
Several witnesses were later identified as hearing what they thought was a loud argument.
So Lindbergh left, and my brother went back in his tanning salon, and he said, if this gentleman comes looking for me again, or comes in here, call the police because he seems agitated. So Jim left the salon, went out to get in his car, which was parked right out front of the building.
He has lights for his tanning bed. He's putting him in the trunk of his car. James Lindbergh is very intent. His life has culminated up to this point. This guy is screaming in the runaround.
One witness said Mr. Lindbergh was kind of shifty, almost like someone who'd been caught with their hand in the cookie jar.
And he came running down from the parking
What are you doing? All right, give me a second.
Several witnesses witnessed Mr. Lindbergh produce a handgun and fire multiple times at Mr. Arthur at very close range.
Shooting happened broad daylight on the street in front of tons of witnesses. There's like 24 witnesses.
Lindbergh shot him once in the face, twice in the chest.
Did you take the TV remote from the shit?
Yes, I did.
What the hell's your problem, man?
Jim was dead almost immediately.
Uh-oh.
Why? That's bullshit, you know that.
So James
Tell me
Lindbergh
what you're doing.
Making a mess.
has had all these shots on the street. He runs back to his car.
Mr. Lindbergh, after shooting Mr. Arthur, ran into the parking lot.
I got
Witness
this.
saw him raise the gun. He pulled the trigger and shot himself in the head.
Speak the truth. Should we get married? One thing from the past.
Did you date with her?
I still think that would be a better guy to be with.
Hey, well, Sunday at 8. See you first on TLC.
Still rough or tired? With Mybo, I still feel Mybo is the only prescription dry eye drop that forms a protective layer for the #1 cause of dry eye, too much tear evaporation. Leave that spot. Contact lenses before using Mybo. Wait at least 30 minutes before putting them back in. Eye redness and blurred vision may occur. Ask your eye doctor about prescription Mybo.
Known for creating memories. No one wants to be known for cancer, but a treatment can be. Keytruda is known to treat cancer. FDA approved for 18 types of cancer, including certain early stage and advanced cancers. One of those cancers is a kind of bladder and urinary tract cancer called advanced urothelial cancer. Keytruda may be used with the medicine
your bladder or urinary tract cancer is spread or cannot be removed by surgery.
Bacteria can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts
All
of
right,
the body
give me a
during
moment.
or after treatment.
I'm waiting on this
This may be
oven to
severe
preheat.
death. See your doctor right away.
By the way, did you leave the remote in the bathroom?
Chest pain, severe stomach pain,
What's wrong with you?
irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine,
Right.
confusion, memory problems, persistent or severe muscle pain, muscle cramps, rash,
Oh,
itching,
she's
flushing,
pouting because I
or
don't
any other
know what
side
I'm doing in
effects.
the kitchen.
Tell your doctor.
Right.
Persistent problems such as
Surprise,
Crohn's,
surprise,
ulcerative colitis, lupus, myasthenia gravis, or Guillain-Barré syndrome. Tissue or stem cell transplant, receive chest radiation,
Huh?
Keytruda confirmed your
I know I'm weird. I know it's
Keytruda
weird.
is an immunotherapy and is also being studied.
What are you getting mad about? Good Lord.
Ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true. Keytruda. See all the types of cancer
Damn.
Keytruda is known for.
I can't surprise you with shit, can I?
She's the sweetest thing.
Bullshit.
We're excited to talk to family.
That's bullshit. You know it.
The first time you try that, it hits you. Your laundry feels way fresher, softer. So you start to wonder.
All right, hold on one moment.
Bounce can't do it all. But for better laundry,
With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly.
If my computer could handle it, I'd probably get back into GTA RP. Honestly. Boom! Right into the wall. Oh, I had to do that intentionally so I didn't get booted.
years in a row, Chevy has earned more JD Power than quality awards than any other brand. Whether it's a high-tech SUV, all-electric Equinox EV, or a truck for work or play, Chevy is America's most awarded brand for vehicle quality. Well-qualified buyers can get $60 on this 2025
Let's see if they added anything else to this Facebook.
All the people who work in trailers, hospitals for children, you might see everyday people just doing their job. But to me and other kids, they're superheroes. But these superheroes are only able to help all of us kids because of the support of people just like you. We get the care we need to live our lives like superheroes.
Took him 3 minutes to catch it? Wow.
Please go to loveslider.com.
I was 5. I had just gotten home from half-day kindergarten, lunch. I remember there was a car that pulled up, and 2 guys got out. And they said, "Hey, I need to talk to your mom." Next thing you know, Stacy comes running out of the house. Your daddy's dead. Your daddy's dead. When I got the phone and they said your brother's been fatally shot, and I remember thinking, so is he dead? Because the fatal, it didn't register. Nothing could prepare you
Yeah,
for
the
that.
Pro is staying pretty cool.
I remember thinking, like,
A little warm there, but it's cool up here. It's crazy.
how is that possible? My dad's not coming home.
Yeah, this game looks pretty good on the Pro.
Have it at 5. When somebody's been down in cold blood, someone that you love, then beyond being able to describe the amount of pain that you go through. I don't believe Stacy ever thought Lindbergh was dangerous. And
How good
I
was that
do
that he
believe
got?
that and Stacy both thought that they could handle whatever came their way.
It wasn't until after James Lindbergh's death that people realized just how obsessed Stacy was.
He decorated his hotel room with photographs of Stacey Arthur.
Lloyd Panther
There was a
mount?
calendar where he had sort of photos, and I had a lot of that hanging around the room. I found in the motel also that he had recorded many conversations, had many cassettes of these conversations in his possession.
31 tapes of all of these conversations that he had with Stacey Arthur. And he's trying to get a better picture of, sort of the insane, intense jealousy that he has against James Arthur.
One of those tapes was transcripted, and it reads, "This message is for Stacey Arthur. I want her to know that I'm in love with her." And that's not a good thing because she happened to be married this time. It kind of goofs me up totally. And it hurts, and I'm in love with you. Just know, there you are, and here I am, and they're your husband. Lindbergh quit his job in October of '91, almost immediately after Stacy had left him a message about taking a break. His neighbors basically reported that he was acting a little bit unhinged and getting a little bit less predictable. It seems to me that he would, in his own logic, would think he'd have to kill James Arthur before he could get to Stacy.
Like the catapult into madness. A crazy fan goes and kills your friend's husband, your sister playmate, or like sisters. It's like a sisterhood.
Alright, give me a
It's
moment.
very
I'll be
scary.
back.
If someone's capable of murder, they could murder you.
Family, friends of James, Helen, Arthur. Deep inside of us, there is a feeling of loss to be. Death has come unexpected and under tragic circumstances.
He was taken from me that day. My dad physically was taken from me, but my brother was never the same. My sister's never the same. Stacy was never the same.
What, bud?
Stacy was
What?
just devastated, as we all were. Stacy lost the love of her life. She lost her confidant, her lover, her supporter, her everything.
She was 23 when my dad died.
You
I
doing,
can't
bud?
imagine having 3 children at 23 and dealing with the trauma that she was dealing with all this. Like, I can't even begin to wrap my mind around it.
You think certain things are such a big deal, and in the scheme of things, especially, your husband
Alexa, set
or
timer
your
for 4
family,
minutes.
that is what counts. The other things don't count. She learned that the hard way.
So, after Jim's death, it's just this downward spiral. She says that she was sexually assaulted by 3 bodyguards in the mansion. Those bodyguards say that it was consensual. She sees Playboy as negligent and as using women for promoting their business, but not taking care of their safety and obviously the safety of her family around her.
That she was asking for a substantial amount of money, and I remember that there was nothing to stand on. There was no real clear, evidence.
But she eventually stops. It's dismissed without prejudice, and she never refiles. This is really the beginning of the end between Stacy and Playboy.
Playboy handles tragedies by burying them and not acknowledging them. Playboy cut Stacey Arthur off, and it was as if she never existed. When I look at Stacey and how she was positioned, to me, as somebody who worked for Playboy, I see that as she was a definite front runner for Playmate of the Year, and it's shocking that she didn't get it, and that's the only reason I could think gut as they were trying to distance themselves and not bring any more attention to the tragedy.
She received all this attention because of this horrible tragedy. She had essentially given everything to Playboy.
Probably aren't necessarily what's really important. How it glitters as gold.
You're never okay. It's just that time heals things a little bit, but the hole's still there.
Right, hold on a
You
second.
can't fill that hole.
Grab the batteries off the charger.
In 2019, Stacy passed away after brain illness.
She told me your dad was the love of my life. She spent the rest of her life looking for my dad. She just searched for that forever.
Sure, I'm a dreamer, says Stacy. I've been dreaming all my life, and I love storybook endings. I just think it's so sad to read about somebody
All right,
who
give me a
had
moment.
all these dreams and all got taken from her. Stacy wanted that storybook ending, and she never got it.
I want to talk about stuff about Stephen and get started. Who is Stephen Collins?
Death. Now, it's not at all clear to historians if Patrick Henry actually said those exact words in that speech that day. It might have been kind of stolen from Shakespeare and later attributed to him. I don't know. But regardless, it was a good speech. It was important. It's credited in part with Virginia choosing to join what would become the Revolutionary War against the tyrannical King George, which is how we got our independence as a nation. It's how ultimately we got our Constitution and our Bill of Rights. It is how we got our democracy. And on the occasion of that 250-year anniversary of Patrick Henry's Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death speech, which again, that 250-year anniversary was yesterday. Current
Alexa, stop
governor of Virginia, Republican Glenn Youngkin, went to that church in Richmond, Virginia yesterday, where they reenacted the whole dramatic speech, including the Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death thing, which may or may not have actually been said in that speech. But still, it's a really nice, important thing to commemorate 250 years anniversary. It's a nice thing for Glenn Youngkin to have done, right? Then he left. He walked out of the church, and this is what happened.
I don't like going Gary over there.
Show you just one more minute of this here. This is from a different angle, and I think this one is helpful because in this angle you can see him greeting and shaking hands with the men in wigs who have just done the reenactment, smiling and pretending like nothing's going on around him. And then there's kind of this big reveal that's down to the SUV that's waiting.
I always thought they should start protesting him because he just. Everyone's not necessarily that's right. He's for the purpose. He's definitely. I'm sure he acts about protesting and yelling like that is cool. You just don't get angry because that doesn't happen.
Virginia, hearing from his constituents. Richmond, Virginia yesterday. His peaceful and nonviolent, but very loud and very angry constituents. Because of where we are in the calendar, we are now starting to have lots of commemorations of things related to the 250th anniversary of the founding of our country, right? Our revolt against a tyrannical leader who ruled by fiat, the founding of our democracy and our divided system of government with its checks and balances to prevent the emergence of another king. Lots of anniversaries, lots of historical commemorative events coming up on this theme. Just a note, if you are a politician who is going to try to associate yourself with that history, do be aware that your relationship to our current struggles along these lines in this country, to hold on to our democracy, that will undoubtedly be front of mind for many of your constituents. One of the things that is in our original Constitution from the 1700s is the U.S. Post Office. At the end of last week, we covered a bunch of protests all over the country related to the post office, people fighting to save the post office. Trump has said he wants to practically abolish it. His top campaign donor, Elon Musk, has said it should be privatized. And when we covered this at the end of last week, I thought this was a lot in terms of public response against Trump on the post office, people standing up to defend the post office. That was the end of last week. It turns out that was nothing compared to what happened this weekend. In our production system here on this show, we can do something on screen that's called a 2-box that shows 2 pieces of tape simultaneously at once. I sometimes drive everybody nuts by asking for a 4-box, which shows 4 pieces of tape at once. In order to cover the Postal Service protests, we've had to create something we've never done before. It's a 20-box to even start to show you how many demonstrations and protests there were this weekend just of people defending the U.S. Post Office. This isn't even all of them, but this is as many as we can squeeze onto a screen. I mean, we saw protests in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where the first Postmaster General was Ben Franklin, and in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania as well, in St. Paul, Minnesota, San Jose, California, Los Angeles, California, and Providence, Rhode Island, Seattle, Washington, Buffalo, New York, Charlotte, North Carolina, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Green Bay, Wisconsin, Cleveland, Ohio, Melbourne, Florida, Newark, Delaware, Denver, Colorado, Washington, D.C., San Antonio, Texas, Omaha, Nebraska, Roanoke, Virginia, Las Vegas, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Decatur, Georgia, Fort Wayne, Indiana. In Indianapolis, we had to put them up twice because there were 2 in Indianapolis. In Boise, Idaho, there was a protest to defend the post office on Sunday alongside all these other ones. But in Boise, that followed this additional big protest in Boise on Saturday at the state capitol in Red, Idaho. This protest at the state capitol in Idaho, people showed up to defend public lands and the national parks, including some people who showed up in Idaho to that event on horseback. There were other protests this weekend to defend public lands and the national parks at Mount Rainier this weekend in Washington State, and at the Great Smoky Mountains National Park in Tennessee, and in Florissant, Colorado, and in Calabasas, California. See the signs there. Hire out rangers. In San Luis Obispo, they were protesting for public lands and to preserve the California coast, where Trump is now demanding oil drilling off the California coast. This sign will stick with me from San Luis Obispo this weekend. It's got Smokey Bear, and it says, "Only you exist, fascist liars." As President Trump and his Attorney General and Republicans of all stripes have spent the past couple of weeks trying to intimidate Americans out of specifically protesting against the car company owned by the president's top campaign donor, the American people this weekend showed in very large numbers that they are not going to be dissuaded from peaceful, legal,
that's why I figured, hey,
protest
that's better than nothing.
for or against anything they want. Because we don't need to clear that with the government. Because we are Americans, and it is our right to peacefully protest if we want to. Look at this. This is Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Look at the size of the protest here. This is just a passerby filming this from his own car as he drove past. He's driving like at speed, right? But the protest is so big, it goes on for so long, it ends up being kind of a long video in order to try to capture the numbers of people who are out just at this one Tesla dealership in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. The organizers of that protest in Cherry Hill say they think there were 600 or 700 people out at this one protest at this one Tesla dealership just this weekend, but it's still going. There were Tesla dealership protests this weekend in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and in Arlington, Virginia, and in Bartlett, Tennessee, and in Franklin, Tennessee, and in Boston, Massachusetts, and in New York City has a Tesla dealership. There's a very large protest at the Tesla dealership in New York City this weekend. In Chesterfield, Missouri, there was a protest at the Tesla dealership. In Chicago, Illinois, in Rockville, Maryland, in Pasadena, California. There was a big one in Pasadena, California this weekend. There has been most weekends in recent weeks in Pasadena. In Washington, D.C., their now recurring protest at their Tesla dealership regularly has a DJ. At the Washington, D.C. Tesla dealership, people are dancing because they are billing this as the Tesla Takedown Dance Party. Washington. At the Tesla protest this weekend in Austin, Texas, this sign stuck with me. Porsche fast, Ferrari faster, Tesla. Very good. I never thought that fastest was an imperfect homophone for fascist, but I guess it is, and now I can't stop thinking about it. This weekend in Kalamazoo, Michigan, people turned out for a hands-off our Social Security protest. In Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and in Virginia Beach, Virginia, people turned out to protest against Trump and Musk and the cuts to the federal government. Same thing in Westwood, California, where Congresswoman Maxine Waters turned out in support, as she has for many of the protests that have happened in the district. In terms of town halls with members of Congress, or without them, when people turned out anyway, even though their member of Congress wouldn't come, there's been almost too many of them happening right now to sum them all up. And they're starting to get more attention in the media, so you may have seen some of the coverage of these elsewhere. I will just tell you, as a person who has been watching this stuff pretty closely for pretty much 8 weeks now, my impression of what's going on with the town halls in particular is that, number one, we're seeing the number of these types of events just explode, including in places you would not necessarily expect to see them. These are definitely not like a blue state area phenomenon. They are that, but they are also everywhere else in the country. Also, number two, seeing the numbers of people turning out for these things just go through the roof. You're seeing that when Democrats are going to Republican districts to hold town halls where the Republicans won't do it. You're seeing it where Democrats are holding their own town halls, and you are seeing it where they can't get a member of Congress to come to the town hall at all, but Americans just show up. Americans are showing up all over in big and increasing numbers. We are starting to see these numbers both of events and of bodies, the number of people turning out at individual events, I think, tip over into something that's qualitatively different than what we have previously seen. I'll show you just a little bit of what I mean, just from this weekend. Mishawaka, Indiana, right? Not a place we've ever covered here on this show before, but hundreds of people turned out to protest against their Republican Congressman Rudy Yakin. That's how you say his name?
All right.
He's refusing to meet with them. It's up here in Indiana.
And I go grab something to munch on real quick. I was like, I'm hungry. What do I got to eat?
Look at this event, Columbus, Ohio. Jen Psaki had Sherrod Brown on her show tonight talking about organizing in Columbus. Look at this in Columbus. A huge event demanding that Republican Ohio Senators Bernie Moreno and John Houston meet with their constituents, that they find it within themselves to stand up for Trump, stand up to Trump. Another huge event in Lexington, Kentucky.
Wow.
Look at this. Demanding that Republican Congressman Andy Barr stand up to Trump, or at least show up and talk to his constituents about why he won't. In Lewiston, Idaho, and in Moscow, Idaho, two big empty chair town halls to which Republican Congressman Russ Fulcher did not show up to face his Idaho constituents. Nearly 1,000 people turned out in Billings, Montana, demanding to meet with their Republican senators and Congressman Troy Downing. In Cape Fear, North Carolina, they had a more than full house at a huge event For Senator Tom Tillis, 150 people turned away at the door. Senator Tom Tillis did not show up to meet his constituents. They put a comedian on stage wearing a giant foam core cutout of Tillis's face and the face of Republican David Bowser, their Republican congressman in Cape Fear, who also did not show up. Hey, you guys, this is what your constituents are doing without you when you don't show up for constituent events. In Waterloo, Iowa, a packed house full of Republican Congresswoman Ashley Hinson's constituents. The Congresswoman herself not even answering questions from some local media about why she won't show up or talk with people in her district.
All right.
Same thing with Republican Congresswoman Mary Miller, a no-show in Jacksonville, Illinois, where her constituents, according to local news reports of this event, they really want to talk with her about Medicaid
Eat
cuts,
this real
which
quick.
they think will be absolutely devastating in her district. But she's a no-show. Congressman Neil Dunn is a Florida
There we
Republican.
go.
He represents a district in Tallahassee. Veterans in his Florida district are demanding that he at least look them in the eye when he doesn't stand up to what Trump is doing, what he's allowing to happen. Watch this local coverage.
American Legion Hall at one point standing room only.
Today, I think 500 people said loud and clear, we don't want drastic cuts to federal programs. We don't want a unilateral king like President Franklin.
We'll see.
Invitation extended to Congressman Neil Dunn left unseen. Neighbors left disappointed as they say they wanted the representative to hear their long list of concerns, which include the Department of Government Efficiency's plans to cut 83,000 jobs from the Department of Veteran Affairs.
I am extremely disappointed. I don't look for any easy time ahead for the country.
13,000 veterans in Young County, hundreds of them doing different things to get Dunn's attention, including a silent protest bright and early outside City Hall, where the congressman himself hosted a U.S. Military Service Academy Day.
Introducing the high school students and actually some middle schools to a program that my office sponsors that prepares them to be better candidates for the military academies. All of us here that we're serving are using PA in one way or another. So the dichotomy of him wanting to sign people up at the same time as throwing the rest of us away is repugnant to me.
Representative Dunn and his team declined to comment on either of Saturday's movements.
We're brothers and sisters. We honor one another.
A sensitive subject for many local veterans who fear the idea of reduced benefits, support, and honor not only for themselves, but for future veterans as well.
Thank you for serving. If you decide to join at this point, but it is certainly within the realm of possibilities. Someone say, I can't see joining if this is what's going to be behind me.
Despite the VA Secretary's promise that benefits will not be affected by job cuts, neighbors tell me they still disagree and feel threatened by recent action from the White House. They're determined to use the power of community to make their voices heard.
We can do it.
That's from the ABC affiliate WTXL in Tallahassee, Florida. This is from San Diego, California.
Here you can see every seat filled in a venue that seats more than 300 people.
Just see all these people. You know, I was overwhelmed. I just feel so good about them.
Tonight we met 93-year-old Ben Reeves. This town hall was organized to give people like her a chance to share their concerns about Representative Issa in the Trump administration. The town hall was put on by a group called Indivisible. It says its mission is to combat the Trump administration's policies. This week they plan to hold more events, including a large rally protesting the administration's latest actions. That will be held at the Civic Center in downtown San Diego on April 5th. Community members say they plan to continue advocating for their rights.
Everybody has to pay attention to the way the country's going. You just have to pay attention to what's
Jocelyn Ramirez, CBSC.
And that's from San Diego. I just want to show you this one more. I just showed you one from California, the previous one from Florida. This one is from border, from the northern border. Last one, just watch this.
This was incredibly unique in the fact that on this side of the Detroit River, there were protesters, and then on the other side, there were Canadian protesters, all fighting for the same cause. From the U.S. to Canada, protesters gave their take on tariffs.
Protesting what's happening to the United States and how we're treating our neighbor.
Organizers say the demonstration is in response to President Donald Trump's tariffs against Canada.
What's happening with our allies, Canada? There's a lot of people very upset.
Earlier this week, President Trump defending the tariffs.
We're going to be getting back some of the wealth that very, very foolish presidents gave away.
Protesters also called out Trump for his recent remarks about making Canada part of the U.S. Demonstrators taking pride in the turnout.
I think listening to people coming out on a cold day in Detroit, maybe it'll have some impact. Awful lot of people here. We have our friends across the river. I'm telling you, it's everywhere. The Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez rallies in the last few days turned out just massive numbers of people. 34,000 people in Denver on Friday. More than 23,000 people came out the next day, Saturday, in Tucson. Numbers like that are turning everyone's heads in politics, and they should. But do not sleep on the fact that there are so many Americans showing up in so many places on literally every single day of the week in every single freaking state in the country. Every single one of them trying to figure out how they can most effectively oppose this president and what he's doing to the U.S. government. And you know, we've got a lot to cover tonight in the wake of those massive, the massive number of protests defending the U.S. Postal Service. Trump's Postmaster General, Louis DeJoy, tonight has resigned effective immediately. Axios is reporting tonight that Trump's acting director of Social Security told people at a meeting today that these were ruinous cuts and radical policy changes that they're forcing through Social Security right away. He told people at a meeting today, according to Axios, that these cuts and changes are happening explicitly at the demand of the White House. These are the changes that the former Social Security Director, Martin O'Malley, told us here on Friday night. He believes bring the Social Security system 90% of the way to breaking entirely. The acting director of Social Security Administration saying that those changes are happening, and they're happening at this pace specifically because the White House is demanding it. Also today, Washington has just been rocked by this insane story of Trump's National Security Advisor, his Secretary of Defense, his Intelligence Director, his CIA Director, his Secretary of State, his Treasury Secretary, and apparently the guy in charge of everything at the actual White House, whose name is Stephen Miller, all participating apparently in a group text over Signal in which they circulated detailed war plans and apparently classified information about a military attack in Yemen. They did it in a group text. And the reason we know is because they accidentally included the editor-in-chief of the Atlantic magazine in the group text while they were planning that military operation. We're going to talk about that with Senator Mark Warner, top Democrat on the Intelligence Committee tonight, and there's a lot more to get to. I will just say, though, just in closing, word to the wise. Are there any Democratic elected officials within the sound of my voice, any Democratic senators in particular, who are watching this kind of stuff that we have been covering, right? Who are watching this huge upsurge in energy and the American people getting up and getting out and showing up in person and doing everything they can as regular people to try to find a way to save this country and to fight what Trump is doing. If there are any Democrats who are watching that, who want to try to latch on to some of that, want to tap into some of that, want to do what they can with that public upsurge, may I just note that tomorrow in the United States Senate is the confirmation hearing for Trump's nominee to permanently lead the Social Security Agency. That might be an occasion on which people would be looking to hear from you and see if you can do something to make a difference. Tomorrow also will be the Senate Intelligence Committee's Worldwide Threats hearing. Good time for that. That hearing, among other things, will take testimony from at least a couple of the people who were on the text with all the apparently classified information about the forthcoming military operations that included a journalist because they had no idea he was there. This may not be time for give me liberty or give me death, but it is time for give me something. And tomorrow, Washington is going to afford a couple of very big opportunities for Democrats to show what they have to offer to a country that is looking for Democrats to have something to offer.
Bounty Biggerel lasts longer, so you can tackle. Bounty Biggerel use pills without running out. Bounty.
I told you I don't need these anymore. I have Sling.
Hey, morning. I'm listening to the news I need to stand for.
Alrighty.
Next one.
Stop! Sling uses all the news we want in a quick and reliable manner.
And at a wonderful price.
This double time calls for the critical news coverage that Sling provides.
Okay. The most important news
I'm
at the
going to
best
get
price.
online with
Sling
these
lets you
people.
do that.
My eyes still feel rough or tired with Mibo. Eyes can feel. Mibo is the only prescription dry eye drop that forms a protective layer for the #1 cause of dry eye, too much tear evaporation. For relief, that's remove contact lenses before using Mibo. Wait at least 30 minutes before putting them back in. Eye redness and blurred vision may occur. Ask your eye doctor about prescription Mibo.
If you have heart failure or chronic kidney disease, Farxiga can help you keep living life because there are places you'd like to be. Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and bacterial infection between the anus and genitals, both which may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness or swelling between the anus and genitals. Ask your doctor about Farxiga today.
Here's Chris Cunahan with the Leaf Filter Gutter Report.
From blizzards to downpours to windstorms or heat waves, no matter where you live, Leaf Filter is log-free year-round.
I hear you're playing Good Samaritan.
What? Why? Uh-huh. Oh.
I love sex. This only had my lunch. Vitamin D. Oh, look, I'm the Olay. It's Olay. Highly onic body wash and lotion.
It's Julia's birthday, so celebrate her. Celebrate her love of snacks or her elegant style. Celebrate the home she gave Alfie. Gifts that say I get you. Nancy.
Okay. Wait.
How's our guy? Did he throw over the back seat yet? Don't worry, we get those things sluiced out at the end of every shift anyway.
Treated since 2024. Came out with Cecily. 0 down, 0 inside. First one's paid and paid badly. Silverado Trail.
And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no. Sure.
Chevy truck life. All that buyers get you. City of 72 months. Finance with GM Financial. Mortgage $5,350 to move out. Plus $100. Get an additional $3,000 cash amounts. So here's 3 proper names. Proper nouns, actually. Michael Waltz is the the National Security Advisor for Donald Trump. That's one. Signal, that's two. Signal is a free, very popular encrypted messaging app that lots of journalists and public officials use for private communication. And the third proper noun here is Jeffrey Goldberg, the editor-in-chief of the Atlantic magazine. And here is the astounding collision of those three proper names. National Security Advisor Michael Waltz, Signal, the encrypted messaging app, and Jeffrey Goldberg, well-known journalist. Quote, the Trump administration accidentally texted me its war plans. By Atlantic magazine editor-in-chief Jeffrey Goldberg. It says, quote, on Tuesday, March 11th, I received a connection request on Signal from a user identified as Michael Waltz. I accepted the connection request, hoping this was the actual national security advisor and that he wanted to chat about Ukraine or Iran or some other important matter. 2 days later, Thursday, at 4:28 p.m., I received a notice that I was to be included in a Signal chat group. It was called the Houthi PC small group. Message to the group from Michael Waltz read as follows. Team, establishing a principles group for coordination on Houthis, particularly for over the next 72 hours. Now, you can see why Jeffrey Goldberg would be skeptical that this is real, right? That he really has been added to a private chat group for a high-level coordination of something having to do with the Houthis and the war in Yemen. But the list of the people in the chat appeared to include not just Trump National Security Advisor Michael Waltz, but also Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, CIA Director John Ratcliffe, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, still amazing. Trump's Chief of Staff Susan Wiles, Trump's Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller, Trump's Middle East envoy and real estate friend Steve Witkoff. Incidentally, says he recently took a painting of Donald Trump to the White House as a gift from the Kremlin. Did you guys x-ray that? Also, the Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance. All these people appear to be on this group chat. If journalist Jeffrey Goldberg remained skeptical that these were actually those people on the chat, the Trump officials in the chat apparently didn't realize that their discussion now included a very well-known Washington journalist. It actually appears that not only were they all talking about this topic on Signal, but none of them checked to see who else was in the group while they were chatting. Nobody said, like, oh, who's in this group? Jeffrey Goldberg says Pete Hegseth at one point told the group, quote, we are currently clean on OPSEC. They were not clean on OPSEC. They were not clean on operational security, not even close. We know he sent that text because a journalist was in the group chat that he was texting. Currently clean on OPSEC. Must have felt cool to say it, right? What skeptical Jeffrey Goldberg saw in that chat ended up becoming sensitive enough that he doesn't fully describe it in his story today, but he does report that on the morning of Saturday, March 15th, at, quote, 11:44 a.m., the account labeled Pete Hegseth posted in Signal a team update. Goldberg says, I will not quote from this update or from certain other subsequent texts. What I will say, in order to illustrate the shocking recklessness of this Signal conversation, is that the Hegseth post contained operational details of forthcoming strikes on Yemen, including information about targets, weapons the U.S. would be deploying, and attack sequencing. According to the lengthy Hegseth text, the first detonations in Yemen would be felt 2 hours hence, at 1:45 p.m. Eastern Time. When, sure enough, the first explosions from the U.S. military strikes were reported in the capital. And then the group chat celebrated the military effort with great work and good job and fire emojis. Yeah. Jeffrey Goldberg says he watched the attack play out from his car in a grocery store parking lot. Once he had seen enough to know that this actually had been a real group chat with those actual people, he got out. He left the chat. They had apparently been texting him and each other classified information on a commercially available, non-classified, text-based communication system. A spokesperson for the National Security Council later confirmed what Jeff Goldberg already understood. Quote, this appears to be an authentic message chain. We are reviewing how it can improve number was added to it. The administration confirmed for NBC News that it is reviewing how this happened. The whole story is, I mean, how is this real life? How are these people in charge of what they're in charge of? I will tell you that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth told reporters today, quote, "Nobody was texting war plans." I'll also tell you the president said that he hadn't heard about any of this until a reporter asked. Said he had no idea. News to him, knew nothing about it. We will all have plenty of opportunity to hear more about it. Ranking Democrat on the Senate Armed Services Committee, Senator Jack Reed, called the carelessness by Trump's cabinet, quote, "stunning and dangerous." He said, quote, "I will be seeking answers from the administration immediately." Democratic Senator Chris Coons from the Foreign Relations Committee said this story, quote, "calls for a prompt and thorough investigation." This is a shocking breach of the standards for sharing classified information with American
right.
service members. Because God keeps a day
Why?
book, two of the Trump cabinet members who were in that group chat, Tulsi Gabbard and John Ratcliffe, were already scheduled to appear on Capitol Hill tomorrow morning as witnesses for the Senate Intelligence Committee's open hearing on Biden threats. Joining us now is Senator Mark Warner, Democrat of Virginia. He's the ranking Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee. Sir, it's always an honor to have you with us. Thanks for making time to be here.
Thank you, Rachel.
Let me start by getting your reaction to this story. Let me also ask if you learned about it in the Atlantic the way that we all did, or if there was some governmental response that we don't know about here.
So I didn't think this administration could still shock me. Today's story, which I read about in the Atlantic, was beyond, like, holy crap, on steroids. This is another example of carelessness, sloppiness, and a crowd that's not ready for prime time. I mean, the remarkable thing, you think about it, you're on a group chat, and you don't know who everybody is. I mean, if this had been an intelligence officer who had done this, they'd be fired up. The truth is, Signal is not a classified channel. I got questions tomorrow. Have they collected all the phones to make sure malware is not on some of these phones now? Do they realize that Russia and China have targeted Signal to try to break it? Do they realize that, frankly, I think Hegseth needs to go, or Waltz needs to go? The idea that you are conveying on this encrypted but not classified means the actual military plans that I believe Jeff Goldberg. My God, if this had been the Democrats, there would be investigations, there would be hearings, and we're going to have this tomorrow. We're going to have it out. This crowd is not ready for prime time. And I would point out, Tulsi Gabbard, all of the Democrats oppose the Director of National Intelligence, who's been a spokesman on many right-wing media since she got this job, is said about the same time, if there is any weakness, they've got to be held fully accountable. We're going to ask them. Non-Hegseth, non-Waltz, what other in this group should be held fully accountable for, frankly, breaching security protocols 101? And I just point out quickly that, this comes on top of them releasing a couple hundred of CIA names of people who were a year or so in, you spent a couple $100,000 on these agents, getting them cleared, getting them through training. All of their identities were then, those guys can't go out and work around the world anymore. We've had other classifications revealed, and we've obviously got the Doge boys out there printing totally wrong information about supposed savings. At one point, and I'm glad to see you're highlighting all the Americans around the country rising up, but I hope those who care about our national security will also start rising up. You are not made safe by these actions.
Let me ask if this is a big enough shock that you expect that some of your Republican colleagues may join you in calling for John Ratcliffe to resign, calling on Pete Hegseth to resign. I mean, I feel like I've covered a lot of embarrassing, inadvertent releases of sensitive information of various types where things through recklessness or negligence have been released. This seems to have been a deliberate decision to create a completely insecure communications medium that is compounded by the stupidity of having included a journalist and not known they were doing it. But I just feel like this is so much worse than anything we've ever seen. For people operating at this kind of a level, what do Republicans care about it?
This is gross negligence on steroids. And if they don't step up, and I got a lot of respect
for the folks I work with on the intelligence. But I've been disappointed. I was disappointed when stand up against Tulsi Gabbard when she
Yeah, I'm not at no.
At some point, something's got to give. And people who care about our national security, people who don't want the American first to be America alone. Because if we don't have friends and allies, if countries around the world won't share their intelligence with us, because a bunch of sloppy folks are putting it out on a non-classified signal channel, if you're not willing to stand up and call that out, what level of abuse, what level of sloppiness will it take to rise up and actually stand up for the country?
Oh,
Virginia
a second.
Democratic Senator Mark Warner, senior Democrat on the Intelligence Committee. I know you've got a very big day tomorrow with this very, very high-pressure hearing. Thank you for taking time to join us tonight. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you. We've got more news ahead. Stay with us. Join the more than 7 million adults, like Michael, who've taken Ozempic.
As touring musicians, my type 2 diabetes could have slowed us down. I didn't let it. I'm Michael from the Board Treaty, and this is what my Ozempic era looks like. I'm lowering my A1C. I lost some weight too. I also learned some people take Ozempic to lower the risk of major cardiovascular events like stroke, heart attack, or death, and others take it to lower the risk of worsening.
Don't share these. Don't take it. Stop taking medical help right away. Reactions. Reminder, if you plan to have surgery or procedure, our nursing or medical plan to be. Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas, gallbladder, or severe stomach problems, or changes in vision. Call your prescriber if you have any of these symptoms. Hormone sugar risk. Common side effects include vomiting, diarrhea, constipation. Some side effects lead to dehydration, which can kidney problems. Discover the GLP-1 with the most FDA-approved uses. Ozempic. Don't forget, turn on the alarm.
Great. Our new ultimate adhesive will save the day. New Polygrip Ultimate All-in-One. It's superhero, food seed, and comfort.
If you're not vigilant, you best for
Polygrip. Picture what life could look like with Guard Hydro. A subcutaneous injection that takes about 30 to 90 seconds. For one thing, more time for you. Guard Hydro can improve daily abilities and
All right, give me a little bit.
treatment plan that's personalized to you. I use Guard Hydro if you have a serious allergy to any of its ingredients. Cause serious allergic reactions like trouble breathing, increasing blood pressure, and allergic reactions such as rashes, swelling under the skin, shortness of breath, and hives. The most common side effects are respiratory and urinary tract infections, headache, and injection site reactions. It may increase the risk of infusion reactions and infection. Tell your doctor if you have any symptoms of infection. Talk to your neurologist about Guard
Don't let what's happening outside affect how you feel inside. Hello windows are tested against extreme
Got an itchy throat from allergies? Claritin provides power for all-day allergy relief, instantly soothing liquid
Give me a second.
for relief of even your most irritating symptoms, like an itchy throat. Claritin.
Bounty Mega Roll lasts longer, so you can tackle.
Yes. All right, give me a moment.
His 4 rolls and ones will last longer and all that runs out.
All right, give me a second. I ate the wife's headache medicine and get me a soda.
Discover what's possible with Spectrum Mobile. As a Spectrum Internet customer, you get one line of unlimited Spectrum Mobile included for 1 year. Stay connected across every step of your journey. Nationwide 5G and reliable coast-to-coast service. Plus, explore even more places. Free data roaming in over 180 countries. Spectrum Mobile is the nation's fastest growing provider.
Hey! Hey! That's
down, bud.
Electric Wi-Fi access points available nationwide. Search, share, and stream photos and possibilities.
Stay
You can
down.
have it. As a Spectrum Internet customer, you get 1 month of unlimited mobile for 1 year. All lines are just $3 each. Click call or visit Spectrum store today. So here's the proclamation that was sent out from the White House last weekend. Invocation of the Alien Enemies Act by the President of the United
You
States
used
of
to feed
America.
me. I don't
This is the
understand why she
proclamation.
If y'all are on a diet, dog food diet.
I keep telling them to blame this.
Immediately deployed this administration. In this case, Texas belonging to a Venezuelan group. That's nothing. Over now, as they put this out, and there's Donald Trump's signature on the proclamation. Within hours of the proclamation, the Trump administration put hundreds of people
Oh, adopted. I was like, how did you shove that big ass thing
and sent to a foreign.
All right.
A federal judge blocked any further flights like this and spent the week repeatedly grilling Trump administration lawyers about it. He said on Friday, quote, why was this proclamation essentially signed in the dark on Friday night or early Saturday morning, and then these people push on the planes? I mean, it seems to me the only reason to do that is if you know it's a problem, you want to get them out of the country before the suit is filed. Donald Trump, a couple hours after the judge said that, was asked about that.
I know.
Another weekend of this time in New Jersey. He was asked about why did you sign this in that weird time frame? Or why did you sign it in the dark? Watch what Trump said in response. This was super weird.
I don't know when it was signed because I didn't sign it. Other people handled it. But Marco Rubio's done a great job, and he wanted him out, and we go along with that.
I don't know when it was signed because I didn't sign it.
You wanted to know.
Sure, big guy. Because you're trying to blame Marco Rubio here, but that is not Marco Rubio's signature. Do you not remember signing it? Did you not sign it? Did somebody else put your name there? When the White House was asked about Trump saying he totally did not sign that proclamation with his signature on it, the White House came up with a novel explanation. They said, and I quote, President Trump was obviously referring to the original Alien Enemies Act that was signed back in 1798. The White House, obviously, the President of the United States, obviously, just thought he was being asked whether he signed a document more than 200 years ago. It's other people handled that. Isn't Marco Rubio wonderful? He was talking about 1798. This proclamation, that question, is ostensibly the legal underpinning for this whole deportation operation, the sending flightfuls of people to a prison in a foreign country. Trump's denial that he ever signed it is now, obviously, part of the ongoing legal fight. The ACLU
Yes.
calling the judge in this case, and it's like this violation.
All right, we'll put the other one up, and I'll put it up for you. Okay. I know.
Today, the Trump administration took this fight to
Cutie pie.
in Washington and resume more flights like this.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I guess Moxley wasn't the only one on acid tonight. I said, I guess Moxley wasn't the only one on acid tonight. Baby Huey, maybe. Huh?
As attorneys and family members of the people they put on those flights say they can't get in touch with anybody who has been in this prison in El Salvador. It's an insane story from the very beginning, but it's now approaching surreal. The ACLU lawyer who argued this in court today is going to join us live here next.
Our Amazon employees earn an average of over 20 trillion across America.
Amazon offers hourly employees healthcare.
Zero, people friendly, bug deadly. As a cardiologist, when I put my patients on a statin to reduce cholesterol, I also tell them to deplete their CoQ10 levels. I recommend taking Qunol CoQ10. Qunol has 3 times better absorption than regular CoQ10. Qunol, the brand I trust.
Certified. And it's certified. We make it easy to cut your car insurance bill in half. Half? How? Just go to certified.com. Self-employment social share. Our capacity to care is unmatched. Patty needs a retirement plan. So we can help you with a plan that's right for Patty. With our expertise, round out yours.
Get complete bedrooms, luxurious living rooms, delectable dining sets, best-selling mattresses, and motion sofas with all the bells and whistles for under $1,000. There's only one thing to say. Oh my God!
Right away.
Just like I was. Deep conditioner with melting rosy pearls. Locks the pressure and repairs.
Give me a second.
Damage for resilient, healthy living care. If you know, that's fancy.
I saw war, wounded, shooting. I'm worried for my future.
طبعا هلا
Alright.
بحس بفرق كبير بدنا بس نعيش بأمان.
Conflict is raging across the world, and millions of children's lives are being devastated by war, hunger, disease, and poverty. We urgently need your help to reach children in crisis. Please call or go online to give just $10 a month, 33 cents a day. We need 1,000 new monthly donors this month to help children in crisis around the world right here. You can help us provide food, essentials, and life-saving medical aid to children in most need.
يعني نعيش زي كل الأطفال نعيش بحرية وأمان.
Darkest times, children suffer the most. You can help by calling right now and giving just $10 a month. All we need are 1,000 monthly donors. Please call or go online now. Your donation today can help secure additional grants, which can multiply the impact of your support up to 10 times. When you call with your credit card, we'll send you the Save the Children tote bag as a thank you for your support.
بعيد عن هاي الدنيا القصف والنزوح والسيل. أنا نعود على بلادنا شوف لك إنه هذا مستحيل.
Your small monthly donation of just $10 could be the reason a child in crisis survives. Show them they're not alone. Please call or go online to givetosave.org to help save lives.
Dry eyes still feel gritty, rough, or tired? With MIBO, eyes can feel. MIBO is the only prescription dry eye drop that forms a protective layer for the #1 cause of dry eye, too much tear evaporation. That's contact lenses using MIBO. At least 30 minutes before eye redness and blurred vision. Ask your eye doctor about prescription MIBO.
If the government says we don't have to give process for that, you don't want to pick me up on Saturday and throw me on a plane. Thinking I'm a member of Trenton Rockwell, giving me no chance to protest. Say somehow it's a violation of presidential war powers for me to say, excuse me, no, I'm not. I'd like you to bring. You wouldn't say that.
Court judge today incredulous that the Trump administration could argue they have the right to pick up anyone they want and to put them to a jail in a foreign country with no process at all, no explanation, not even a paper trail. That is what they're arguing. I guess now is Lee Gillard, Deputy Director of the ACLU Immigrant Rights Project. He was in court today arguing against the administration in this case. Lee, Mr. Gillard, it's nice to see you. Thanks for being here.
There we go.
We've just had news that the Trump administration is invoking the state secrets privilege in this case. Can you tell us what that means?
Yeah, so this is just another incredible day in a series of incredible days in this case. The judge said, turn these claims around. This was last Saturday night. I guess, now 8 days ago, when they were in the air because they were headed to El Salvador, and he said, I don't think that this invocation of the 1798 Act is legal. It did not turn the planes around. It was clear that the plane was
Damn, bitch, about time. You better answer your fucking phone. Where the fuck you been? I called you 4 motherfucking times.
Rather than answer the judge's understandable questions.
Bitch, don't take nobody 4 hours to get their head in. You fucking lying to me?
They're not going to
There
answer
we
the
go.
judge's questions. It's really unbelievable, the situation.
411,587.
Not going to answer your questions. As far as to call these state secrets facts, even though everyone knows they're
What do you make of the fact that the president is now denying having ever signed the Alien Enemies Act proclamation?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to make of it, truthfully, and that's why we filed something in court, as you mentioned, saying that among other facts that we need are what's going on with this. Did the president sign it? When did he sign it? One thing we do know is that apparently it was signed on Friday, March 14th. They started before they actually published the proclamation on the afternoon, Saturday afternoon, 15th, which is completely against the way the act is supposed to work. It says a public proclamation. They started using its authority before they even let the public know that it passed. Now, if the president didn't even sign it, that's yet a whole other layer of confusing facts that we need to find out.
It's the combination of like maximum lawlessness and maximum consequences for the consent there. Yeah. Legal Deputy Director of the ACLU Immigrant Rights Project. Ongoing story. Come back soon. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Rachel.
Right back.
My wife Gina was born to be a chef. Exploring new foods is her passion. But diabetes threatened to take that all away. Then Gina got Dexcom G7. Now she can see how food affects her sugar levels in real time. Dexcom G7, she doesn't have to choose between the foods that she loves and her health. You don't need to see what she creates next. You know it's gonna be good.
All right.
Get more done with one. Bounce.
If you have heart failure, chronic kidney disease, or C can help you keep living life, because there are places you'd like to be. Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and bacterial infection between the anus and genitals, reactions, dehydration, urinary tract infections, and low blood sugar. Redness or swelling between the anus and genitals. Ask your doctor about Farxiga today.
48% of Americans don't get enough magnesium, which is vital for bone, nerve, and muscle health. I recommend Qunol's magnesium glycinate. It's formulated for high absorption and is gentle on the stomach. Qunol, the brand I trust.
You make good choices. It's a trait that runs deep. Like to step into big shoes and still walk on your own path. With ambition like that, you need someone who elevates advice to a craft. At UBS, we match your vision with insight and expertise to shape a new outcome. Advice is our craft.
I got this wow skin from Olay Body Wash. Its new super serum sinks into my skin with 5 powerful ingredients. 5 benefits in one. Look at this Olay difference. So luminous. Olay Super Serum Body Wash.
Birthdays, we're good at remembering them, but we're not always great at celebrating them. So don't just celebrate birthdays. Celebrate Julia. And how much she loves snacks. Her elegant style. Celebrate the home she gave Alfie.
in 1819. It was named after Governor Thomas Bennett. It's a small community and just a great place to live.
We have a sense of place that involves history and people. People are our best asset.
No matter where you go, you feel welcome.
How you doing? Good morning.
Each one.
We've future-proofed this town at least 20, 30 years.
That's opportunity right there. That makes the playing field level now.
How you doing, Lakia? It's gonna be 54 today.
High-speed internet. It's a game changer.
Access to high-speed internet, anything you just tap right there for me. That's exactly what Spectrum has provided.
High-speed broadband internet, it can open up the whole world to them.
They can be everything. Even though we're in a small town, they don't really have much. You connect to the rest of the world.
This is the beginning of it right here, Spectrum.
I'm not just saying this is saying Spectrum is truly an awesome company.
We are Marlboro County. Looking forward to what's the next future.
All right, that's going to do it for me. We'll see you again tomorrow and every night this week at 9 p.m. In the meantime, you can find me online at Blue Sky. I don't know if you have Blue Sky yet. I like it. I think you should try it if you haven't tried it yet. I'm on Blue Sky at matto.msnbc.com. Now it's time for the last word with Jonathan King from Lawrence. Good evening, Jonathan.
Good evening, Rachel. And you know who I have sitting right next to me for the gigantic story of the night? The one and only Jen Psaki. She stayed around to be here to talk about this insane story.
It is one of those stories that I had to kind of like pinch myself and be like, am I awake? Is it possible that my melatonin is doing me wrong? And it's put this crazy idea in my mind because it's really, it's bananas. And Jen had that fantastic interview on it. I'm
Yeah, we will do that. Thank you, Rachel. Have a good night.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Breaking news we have been following is the stunning report today from Jeffrey Goldberg, editor-in-chief of The Atlantic. The headline of the article is
Bodies crazy.
The Loch Ness Monster, Chupacabra, all cryptids, animals frequently seen but not yet proven to exist. Sightings are often the same. Someone catches a fleeting glimpse or snaps a blurry photo.
Let's see.
But what if the creature in question actually existed? Cryptids did exist. The thylacine, or Tasmanian tiger, once the apex predator of all of Australia, this carnivore was feared for its sharp fangs and terrifyingly wide jaws.
It was brutally hunted to the brink of oblivion by European colonists. The last of its kind died on the island of Tasmania in 1936. It's nothing but a species that has survived 26 million years.
And something strange is happening in Tasmania. Eyewitnesses are coming forward, adamant the Tasmanian tiger continues to live on in the wild. A team of scientists are now chasing the latest string of sightings. And recently, a shocking video has emerged from the Australian mainland that may drastically alter the search area for the creature. Is the Tasmanian tiger still out there? I intend to find out. So get ready for a hunting expedition to the land down under in search of what just might be a living legend. My name is Julie Gates. That, Korean archaeology, and a passion for exploration. I have a tendency to end up in some very strange situations. This is horrible. This is officially horrible. My travels have taken me to the ends of the earth as I investigate the greatest legends in history. This is Expedition Unknown. The sixth largest country in the world, Australia is known for its beer, its beaches, and its bizarre menagerie of marsupials. And the allegedly extinct thylacine, aka the Tasmanian tiger, was one of the most unique. I begin my expedition 150 miles down under in Australia's island state of Tasmania. It's not only namesake for our subject, but its capital city of Hobart was also home to the very last confirmed living Tasmanian tiger. Hobart's one of those great cities that's really managed to reinvent itself. At the turn of the 19th century, this place started as a prison colony. And for much of its history, it's been an industrial port filled with whaling vessels and ships moving produce and coal back to the mainland. Today, the harbor is still active, but most of the colonial-era warehouses have been converted over into pubs, galleries, and funky stores, turning a town built by convicts into a chic little city at the bottom of the world. Throughout Hobart, there are endless reminders of the hometown hero, the Tassie tiger, as well as other local wildlife. Tasmanian tiger, follow the... Is that you, Brad? On that, obviously, the Tasmanian devil, all the classics. Here, that's a platypus though, right? Yep. Nailed it. I take a stroll over to the nearby Tasmanian Museum and Art Gallery, where you can get up close and personal with a much more lifelike stuffed thylacine. With a head like a wolf, stripes like a tiger, and an inverted pouch like a wombat, the thylacine looks like nothing else. It thrives in Australia for millions of years until ancient seafarers introduced dingoes to the continent 4,000 years ago. With competition for food and habitat, the thylacine dies out on the mainland 2,000 years later, but it endures on the island of Tasmania. That is until the arrival of European settlers in the 19th century, who valued their sheep over a predatory native species. Seeing a display like this is a kind of amazing reality check, because there's so much urban legend surrounding the story of thylacine.
Well, I must say, I don't know either, sir.
Species extinction is something that happened.
Well, I think it must have been a wrong number. You take care now.
Years ago. To eradicate the thylacine population, the Tasmanian government offers a bounty for each head, and even rebrands the reclusive animal to sound more deadly. The new name, Tasmanian tiger, conjures up fear, making people feel comfortable exterminating thousands of thylacines to the brink of extinction.
What's going on, Zeros? How you doing, bud? So, did you hear what our comm day is going to be at the end of August?
This spot on the edge of town was home to the most famous thylacine of all.
Vanilla, the ice cream cone.
Walking around here today, it's hard to
I don't know. I mean, I'm still going to go out there and create content on it because that's what I do, but
1936, the very last known Tasmanian tiger died in captivity.
yeah, Vanillite. Thing is, I have 2 hundos of that already. I've got 3 shinies of that already. I got my first shiny during GoFest last year. I got my first hundo during GoFest last year too.
Unless, of course, there's more of them out.
So, yeah, Vanillite, the ice cream cone. So there's a couple things that I don't know what's going on with it yet. There's the sparring partners raid day. I don't know what that's going to be. The question mark one. I have no idea what that's going to be. And our comm day is Vanillite, which is the ice cream cone. So I found that out because I was sitting there on the Pogo Facebook page and they posted a video. And it was the forest, and then it started freezing. I was like, okay. And then you saw the ice cream cone pop its head out from behind the tree, and I was like, no shot. I was like, no shot. But yep, it is Vanillite. People started making jokes like they need to have Mega Alakazam that day, so we had spoons for it. It's the legacy move going to be called Lick. They had all sorts of jokes for it. It was pretty funny. So that is going to be our comm day. I kind of just feel like that's a little lazy, but that's just me. I think we could have had a better comm day, honestly, but you know, I mean, this is Niantic we're talking about here. And they're literally milking that. Like, we could have had so many better Decom days. Like, I hope we get, like, either a Ghastly Com Day Classic soon, or a Gibble Com Day Classic. So far, we've had Ralts and Totodile. So.
Potentially dangerous. Now, what do you make of all the accounts we've seen Tasmanian tigers? It's possible.
I hope so. I desperately hope so.
Yeah.
You know, you never say never.
I'm swapping stuff back between the wife and my phone right now. I've been doing the Oscar Guzman stuff.
It's not only where European settlers spotted their first thylacine, it's a hotbed of much more recent sightings.
But yeah, like I've got in this game 69 million. So it's not like I'm short on funds. I was a money grinder in this game for so long. I have over 400 elite hard mode clears at the Cayo Perico heist. So, yeah.
I'll check and call the nurse. Thank you, sir.
You've seen one.
I've heard dozens, I don't know.
When was your
It's
most
crazy, man. Like I've got every business in the game. I don't have every vehicle in the game because I feel like some of them are not necessary. That's why I also have $69 million, is because I don't really spend a whole lot. So we're doing the Oscar Guzman stuff because it's the newest content in the game. But yeah, our Com Day in August, April. Well, I always get April and August switched around. It's normal. Is going to be the Nilite.
Many people told us they'd had stuffed crust pizza from Domino's.
So.
Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Until now. Introducing Domino's new and first ever stuffed
But
crust
tomorrow, or later on the day, I should say, I'll probably just do like a random grind stream where I'm just catching stuff. There's really no event going on except for the Spotlight Hour, even though the Spotlight Hour, let's be honest, unless it's like a 2x catch Stardust or catch EXP, even the catch EXP one next month is not worth it though because it's Cutie Fly. Good luck hitting an excellent throw on a Cutie Fly. If you do, it's completely by accident. I don't know what today's is. I don't know what today's is going to be, so. But yeah, we're having basically the Nullite Com Day at the end of the month, which kind of makes sense why they're doing a Dynamax weekend the same day. Because, yeah, that makes sense. Why it's a Dynamax weekend the same day. I feel like they did that purposely to take away from the Com Day, because Dynamax Raikou people are going to be after more than a light. But they are doing the Com Day on a Sunday. And the Dynamax Day is, the first day is a Saturday, so I mean a lot of people will probably get that Dynamax out of the way, myself included. the first day, but we're probably I don't know what's going on with the Mega Day yet. It's all talk right now up in the air in the Discord. I don't know exactly what's going to happen with it yet. I mean, I would like to do it around here, but the problem is this. We'll have 3 hours to do it. And after the first hour, people will just start to fade off from it. And like, if we're gonna do something like that and it's Snorlax, like, I don't know. Like, I legitimately do not know how I feel about it, so. I mean, me personally, if it's a Dynamax thing and it's 3 hours, it's like a raid day. Me personally, I would like to put the time into it to do as many as I possibly can. But, like I said, people here just fade off after a while, and it's sad. So, yep, that's what our, now the Stack Attacker, I'm probably, during that week, I'm probably going to stream specifically to invite people that want to do it from the Eastern Hemisphere, because we'll have it here, and I know that over there, it's going to be, well, it's going to be Stack Attacker for you guys over there, but it's going to be Blacephalon for us over here. And Blacephalon, honestly, is much better than Stack Attacker. I mean, Stack Attack is good for PvP, and that's pretty much about it. Blacephalon, however, though, is a really good fire legendary. So, I kind of see people more, if they're straight P, like a lot of PvEers. You're going to probably see a lot of people seek out Blacephalon over Stack Attacker, but that's just me. I remember when they came out before GoFest last year, and they're the Ultra Beasts. So when you see them spawn, it's going to be a little different than the normal egg, because it's going to be a wormhole.
Smell like a Turkish bath. Let's go.
You're looking at straight out. Let's go.
Smell like koala food. We forge ahead. For a den or a cave or a thylacine would make its home.
So yeah, you're gonna. It's gonna be a little different than what you're used to seeing, like the egg spawn and the dude appearing. It's gonna be a wormhole. That I do remember. So, it's a little different. Oh, I am tired as shit, man. I'll tell you what. Past couple days of all that walking, man. Holy crap.
All that straight on the boat.
I do a lot of walking though during the day. I don't mind it. Oh yeah, I'm worn the hell out. Me personally. I wanted to stream this a little bit tonight. Like, but you see, I probably also walk like 8 to 10 kilometers a day at least. And that's on and off stream, so I walk around a lot.
He's a really good source. Yeah. Well,
Sam, we'll take it back for analysis.
pick it up.
That's not a knife.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
I couldn't taste to say that. I'm sorry.
Take note, kids. If you want to be a
Yeah.
Travel Channel host, and then you find yourself playing with poop.
Huh?
The promising sample, bag, and tag will be sending this to a lab. to
They're back there playing with poop on TV.
Tiger roaming Andrew's property.
Nah, but like,
The next day, I'm back on the road.
yeah, earlier it's like when we got that update literally right while I was streaming. Like, yeah, that's just that's like the way I was approaching that is like it's kind of like the hype man type stuff. Because like I'm excited about April's content to an extent now. Some of April's content, it's alright. It's content. I'm still probably going to do it. Like the Vanilla Light Con Day, I'm still probably going to do it. It's just, yeah. I mean, it's probably going to be like a day or two during the week when the missus starts working that I'm going to be relegated to doing stuff here like this, which is fine. Like, I might actually break out the Switch and throw on the Pokemon games. Because I still have all those games. Plus, I have a Nintendo Switch I have yet to set up. So, like, I've got all the other games too, so eventually I might actually break into those. But right now, though, I'm playing stuff on the PS5 Pro. Like, I traded in my refurb PS5 that I first got when PS5s first came out. One of my 4 Nintendo Switches. And I got like some games that were just collecting dust. I didn't pay anything for this, so.
Okay, well, let's get into it.
Search for any physical signs of thylacine activity. Also attempting to actually draw one out at dusk is believed to hunt. We hike through the dense forest, and as we enter a clearing, we spot a fresh kill. Proof that we're trailing the predator.
What is this?
Growing up in a community where a lot of people weren't educated about their finances, so I feel like it's my time to change the way that we look at money and see finances. The most important way the Experian app has helped me is just the resources. The Experian app can help you build your credit, buy new credit cards, car insurance, cancel subscriptions, use tools to make your life so much easier. You got your finances and take control. The Experian app helps you save time. So what are you waiting on? Download the Experian app right now.
Still have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease
Ow.
symptoms after
Thought I
taking
accidentally did
medication
that.
like Humira or Remicade? Put them in check. But once daily pill.
When symptoms try to take control,
I was about to say,
remote check.
Here's trying to slow me
I
down.
goofed, but I didn't. My wife still has her hundo. Yeah, I'll trade stuff back and forth every now and then between me and the wife's phone, so. I mean, to be fair, That's how I've gotten some of my hundos, and that's how she's gotten some of hers. Unfortunately, it's not working that way tonight, so... Unfortunately. Let's go to that one. I'll probably stop after this one, actually. But yeah. So, like, I was like, I'm still excited about April. I'm still excited about April's content. Wow, that should have been hundo.
Ask your vet for Apoquel, now available in a tasty chew.
Berlin Wall came down. I was on this day. When people were hiding in Y2K, I was on this day. Bernie Madoff got arrested. I was on the phone with my accountant crying hysterically.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably set up to do some stuff here, like during the day during the evening when the wife's working. So, because like I've been technically creating content since 2019, so.
As a Spectrum Internet customer, you get 1 line of unlimited Spectrum mobile in 1 year. Stay connected.
Oh, there's a Trubbish in the yard.
Nationwide 5G and reliable coast-to-coast service. Plus, exclusive free data roaming in over 180 countries. Spectrum Mobile is the nation's fastest-growing mobile provider.
It's me.
Millions across the country, wherever life takes them.
I know, I was supposed to call a half hour ago, an hour ago.
Desert, to all those unexpected.
Gotta love getting that little trash bag.
Spectrum Wi-Fi access.
I tell you,
Search, share, and stream.
that thing is like, well, when we had, it was pretty good. We got another shiny, what's it called? We got the shiny Sneasel. Let's see. What do we get? I don't think anything crazy, but it's just like a normal, a little bit of a normal day. So. Let's see, what do we get today? Anything 4-star? Nope. 3-star. Nothing crazy. We got this Corsola here that's 91%. Trying to see, do we get anything crazy? No, nothing crazy. It's the usual stuff. So, we're looking at our
right area to break out some of the gizmos that we've got in our bags here. See, we've got these sound blasters. Yes, we've got
looking at our stops real quick now. Did we get booted out of any gyms yet? No. I'm shocked. The people downtown are slacking tonight. That's this weekend for the bear event on Sunday. Let's see. Got the Facebook page open.
Mosquitoes buzzing, birds across the way. Left the TV on.
Someone be trolling, saying Freeze's Mega Mewtwo Z. That's called, it's the 29th. Saturday. You got the Fuzzy Buddy Research Day. You could pick between Teddy Ursa, Cubchoo, Pancham. No, it's a research day, so it has a boosted shiny chance, and you end up getting them off of research, but you actually get to choose which path. You could go double Teddy Ursa, or you could pick Teddy Ursa and like one of the others. So if you don't have a shiny Cubchoo, Pancham, or Stuffle, you can go that route. Me, I have a shiny Pancham. I have a Hundo Pancham, so I'm definitely not going Pancham. Teddy Ursa, I might be going that route. But I also have a Shadow 96, I think. So it'd be nice to get Candy to power that thing up. Oh, whoops. It's been idle for way too long. So that's this weekend. Nice. Yeah, I would have a Hundo if I purified it, but I don't like to purify my shadows. I'll show you this real quick. Ursa Luna. This would be a purifiable Hundo, but I'm not doing that because I like my shadows. Yeah, my best Ursa Luna is a 96. Wait a minute. Actually, my best Teddy Ursa is a 98. Yeah, shadows are just way too good, way too strong. I didn't really show you all this one, but I have a maxed out. I have this maxed, by the way, too. It cannot be powered up anymore. This is level 50. A 96 Shadow Dragonite. Which, that attack, you might as well just call it a Hundo. Because even though it's a 13, 15, 15, shadows get increased damage. So it ups their attack. Yeah. And then I have this. I have two of them, actually. This one I'm working on powering up still. Shadow Dragonite. This would be is this a purifiable Hundo. But I'm not purifying it. And then I have that one that I'm going to be working on next. A 15, 13, 11 Shadow. But my other one is a 13, 14, 13 Shadow. So if I wanted to purify this and have it as a Hundo, I could. But I've got this as a 96. I got that during the Comm Day last year. Bag on. Community Day, so. And apparently the starters are... The starters for AZ are going to be the first 3 to get a Mega Form. So that's for Alligator. Basically, it's Totodile, Tepig, and Chikorita. They're going to be getting Mega Forms. So we'll see those in Pokemon Go before Pokemon ZA because they're going to use it to promote Pokemon ZA or AZ next year. So there's 27 new Megas coming. I don't have any idea what they are, but I know I have an idea of the first 3. And that's basically Totodile, Tepig, and Chikorita. They're getting Mega Forms. There's a chance that the other starters with them, if they don't have a Mega Form already, they might be getting one as well. There's a good chance of it, so. There's a good chance, so. Yeah, that video irritated me. I saw that shit, and I saw that ice cream cone. I'm like, motherfucker. And the wife thought I got another shiny Sneasel. I'm like, no. And then I told her what it was. She's like, oh my, yeah. So, let's drive around for a little bit. I usually drive around on my oppressor, but I don't feel like doing that tonight, so. Oh, earbud. So I can hear what's going on.
We're deep in the Tasmanian bush.
There we go.
Tracking a marsupial predator in the dark. Oh, wait, guys, come here. And I've just spotted something that might be tracking us. You see it? No good. Oh, there it is, yeah. See what you feel ashore? Just sit up in the tree.
It's also what stomach and maybe
Let's go over to the nightclub real quick.
It's gonna be a common also.
Whoops. Yeah, I can't drive this damn car sometimes.
Keep your eyes open, guys. We continue to push our way deeper into the backcountry. Definitely got moving water right there.
The nightclub has to be one of my favorite properties in this game, so.
Animals that come down here to drink for sure. Can't really get much further down here.
No, looks like it might continue down that way.
Oh, we gotta throw somebody out. That's my favorite thing to do. Probably give us another 10-15 more minutes, and I'm probably gonna crash the fuck out. I got up really early this morning, yesterday morning, so. Alright.
Down at them side up here.
So you guys think you found a den?
Guys, get up here and check this thing out.
Yep. It's the bouncer.
This is a good party. I didn't know you party like this in LS.
What do you got, guys?
Right
That.
Get access for an animal down for
You're about to see.
You want to check it out, see if there's anything down there?
This is my nightclub. I'm bouncing this guy out because he's throwing up. Even though it's not the same guy. Well, damn.
There might actually be another way through.
Threw that guy out, and the popularity I just got from it. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto Online is very, very, very in-depth.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's probably diamonds everywhere.
Okay. It's super slippery in here. This whole thing just slips off. I'll go check it out. You want to hang here?
Damn.
Just way down. Looks like an access point down here. Yeah, man.
I've almost got back up to 70 million. I've also got probably like 200 million sitting in cars right now if I wanted to sell that I could. So, got about almost a little under 300 mil between liquid assets and what I have on me, so.
That is, and cold. I'm gonna keep my eyes open for any prints though. Lots of mud and sand down here. I'll let you know if I find anything.
Switching the DJ increases the popularity.
Graceful landing. All this soft sand here off to the edges.
of the stream flow. Anything came through here.
But yeah, I've got every property in this game that's come out to date. We were working on the Guzman files, which is the airport up in Grapeseed. Like, it is so far out of the way, man. It's like all my stuff centralized. I'll show you in a second. All my stuff is centralized down here. But I have a bunker here, and then this airfield, the field hangar. It's the only thing that's up there. It's like I got everything down below here. Like Garment Factory is only one place. I have like all my warehouses down through here. I've got my vehicle warehouse there. I've got the salvage yard there. My office is there. Another thing is there. My facility's out here. But everything else is like centralized down through here. And then like this is up here by its lonesome. It becomes a pain to drive to.
This is an amazing value. But get 2 pairs of progressives and an eye exam starting at just $159.95 at America's Best.
And a mortgage.
Ooh, damn.
Absolutely. Sinova is helping.
Yes. Oh yeah, I have the yacht. Yeah, I have the yacht, the submarine. My yacht's out here. I forgot that's out in the water. I've got the yacht. I've got the submarine. The terabyte. The mobile operations center. I've got it all. Whoops.
Thinking of redoing our kitchen. We were finally updating our kitchen.
For all those people who never seem to get around, Chase has financial guidance.
Yeah, you can start saving. Go ahead.
At home or in person. That's
This car's fast, but its control is a little bit of a pain.
You want to take this one?
Sure. What's going on here, buddy?
I'm becoming a home for master.
Oh.
Keep hitting the poles. You see, it's a little hard to control this car. Because it wants to fishtail all the time. We're just going to open up here on this highway.
Oh, it does.
What's that?
Catch me, guys.
Master anything with the fastest wireless speed.
Yeah, I own the taxi factory too. That's right. I pretty much own everything in this game. Sometimes though, you just feel like getting out and driving. I mean, it doesn't take long to get up there in this car. I'm taking the long way around because I just feel like driving at the moment. So. Like I said, this car is just a little fast and does like to fishtail a lot. So. Oh, and I have my hangar at Fort Zancuda, so I can actually drive onto the military base without being shot at. I think I can open it up here. It likes the fishtail just a little too much, though. Yeah, because, you know, sometimes you just feel like going up to the military hangar, which I'm going to go right now. And so instead of getting shot at for going on the military base,
This route has civilian access. Welcome to my base.
Make sure there's nothing else down here. Hiding in the dark. Get in the line. Sit down. Whoever was down here to left those prints, it's not here now. Stay with them. It's absolutely awesome down here. Just stunning. But
okay, you can't. That's crazy.
Hey there, thought I'd just introduce myself. I'm Rooster. Think Ron should have mentioned me. I'm an old friend of Charlie Reed. Gotta say, I'm pretty starstruck. Here's little old me meeting Big Bad You, and we're about to work together. Anyway, I'll be available for some cargo jobs around the hangar. I keep a small crew, and we're super flexible. Just flag me down anytime you're looking to source some cargo.
What, do they automatically sort cargo for you or some shit?
thanks to a breaking new video. This footage, released during my visit, was captured in the southern part of the Australian mainland, where the thylacine has reportedly been extinct for 2,000 years. I hop a short flight up to Melbourne to get to the bottom of recent thylacine
What the
sightings in the
hell?
region.
Oh, he can't. Okay, he sources cargo. Okay. Yeah.
Also home to the Queen Victoria Market, the largest open-air market in the southern hemisphere, where one can sample a staple of the thylacine.
These are all my aircrafts. Apparently, I've got room for more now.
Here we go. 100% kangaroo salami. Well, that's fantastic. Bad news for kangaroos everywhere. Very good selling. Man, I need a really good kangaroo salami joke right about here. Ouch. I really enjoyed this. Now that we've determined who the real apex predator is around here,
Looking into it, Cap.
I head south of the city to meet a local thylacine hunter named Michael Moss. He doesn't just believe mainland sightings.
Yeah, this is where my airplanes are at. Apparently, there's a new airplane you can get.
How you doing? Pretty good. Nice to meet you.
New reward.
Look at this place. It's stunning. I can hardly believe that I'm an hour and a half from downtown Melbourne. It is. Yeah. So, thylacine, Tasmanian tiger, obviously associated with Tasmania. So, how do we get?
Okay, apparently I got a new hat. Yay!
I introduced 22 native species.
Oh, I need to unplug that battery charger. It's charged. So now I need to put my spinner on to charge.
Wildlife preservation program aimed to reintroduce nearly extinct species to mainland Australia.
There we go.
Michael believes that the thylacine was among the animals released. Due to its bad reputation, the information was kept secret.
Oh, I'm tired as hell. Oh, this chair is comfortable as shit, though. All right, man. You have a good one, man. I'll catch you later on. I should be live at some point tomorrow, just doing a little bit of grinding. Not nothing crazy, not like the past couple of days, but I'm gonna do a little bit of grinding because we're in between events. I'll probably start picking up heavy grinds on Wednesday, but tomorrow's supposed to be light. It's supposed to be raining later on today too, so I know that after what I'm gonna do tonight is hop into Delves with WoW, get those knocked out of the way, and then I might actually try the question mark boss. So we're gonna try to get knocked that out for this season. And then 11.5, there's a whole bunch of solo content we're gonna get into, and then there might be some keys that I try to run. So I'm just kind of taking it chill with everything going on right now. So, but I think I will go to bed now myself. Grab a drink, go to bed, but I will catch everybody later on the next stream, so peace. We out. Question mark is the delve. The hardest delve in WoW right now. They release one every season. And that's... I did it for the first season for the Zekbeer. Now it's the Underpin. And I'm going to go in there and try to get that completed as well. Delve. D-E-L-V-E. It's a feature in World of Warcraft. So it's something they added for the for this expansion. It's actually a lot of fun. It's the things you see me run pretty much solo when I had the little dude running around with me doing damage while I'm tanking. That. And there's like a super boss. Yeah, I did the super boss during season 1, and I intend to do the super boss during season 2. Like, there's a lot of solo side content that I can actually do on that, but I'm not gonna like put an emphasis on that. Like, it's either gonna be Pokemon Go, GTA, a JRPG, or every now and then World of Warcraft. So I've got some selections I can choose from. So, but I am off to bed. Oh, damn it. I'll catch y'all later on. Peace. We out.